turned off. Look at him over there, perfectly fine, but he'll do something weird. I trust me, I know it. It's my cat. Well, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. Been in for a while, and getting some things set up because we had to do a different type of presentation today. Something different today. We're always doing something different. We got so much stuff that we develop. We're always doing something different. So, let me get this stand set up here. Okay. Get this up here. We're doing a paint down demonstration of stage 1. These are stage 1s of our colored screen paints. So first, let me go get that done. Where's that one at? Oh, it's right here. Oh, man. Alright, we're going to get another box because this is painted for something. I need the smaller screens for the 300 Lumens projectors. Alright, and I got the box over there. We got the invisible screen technology today. That's how we're doing that today. Where is, let me see, where this one and this one? I definitely want a smaller one of this one. This one's very dry. Put it over there, so I can dry. And I got another one I have to do right here. I need this for a sample surface. Wonder I can't keep track of this. Get that on that, cut the box. Right on this side, we're testing the blackout cloth. That's a new acoustic blackout cloth. On that side, over there, we're testing more invisible technology. And show how easy this application to go on. The reason why we designed it this way, instructions. Nobody wants them. I don't even want them. When I get around something that has a lot of instructions, I don't do it. It's just a headache for me. I don't fight the frustration. I need fast results, quickly and fast. Now, the printed surface is what you're painting your screens on. A printed surface is fantastic. You know why printed surfaces are fantastic? Because you got to make this disappear in no time at all. If this stuff is still pushing through, you got a problem with your paint. It's not thick enough, something's wrong. Maybe something's not mixing with a lot of things. This is why we paint over boxes when we do demonstrations. Because, again, if you're painting over a red wall, blue wall, you know what I mean? It may cover to a certain degree. It may mask and hide some stuff, but you can't get over print. Print is there either way. This is another way how we judge screens when we're spraying them in. One of the things they don't tell you when you're doing rear projection technology, and if you're doing a multi-coat layer, setup where you're putting different shades, the screen has the ability to go lighter, 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 or darker, 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 is we use a piece of anything with writing on it, because we could, the better we see the surface, we can read the text, whatever on the side, that shows you how dark the layers are. So we know we measure the screen by how dark it gets by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. We know by exactly how much of the text we can read on the opposite side. They don't explain it to you rear projection, but that's something you're supposed to know when you're doing a multi-application layer system, where you can actually adjust how dark you want the screen is. So, extremely simple to do. I've done dozens and dozens and dozens of these demonstrations, paint dry demonstrations. Extremely easy to do. There should be no This way, no, never paint the screen this way. If you're doing big screens, we don't paint it this way. You know why? You'll have serious back problems. Like you're going to paint a screen that big from that, it's not going to work. There's no way in the world it's impossible it's going to work. That's just going to give you a lot of back pain, a lot of problems, a lot of neck pain. So whoever told you that one, again, doesn't know what they're talking about. Every painter does it this way. Now on this surface, you can go any way you want, it'll make a difference. If you're going back and forth over the surface multiple times, over and over and over again, over and over and over again, over and over and over, you're watching this happen on camera, that's a red flag. That tells you right there that whatever he's applying to the surface is not taking well, and he has to keep going over top of the surface. Anyone that suggests you to do a light roll, that's another red flag. Light roll means that any friction that has into the surface is basically, say if the surface has a child-proof surface, or maybe the paint doesn't take well and it's not marrying to the surface well enough, that means at the end of the day that the reason why they require a light roll, because a heavy roll would cause the paint to friction, and you will see the surface on the opposite side push through even faster. That's why they request a light roll. We know all that stuff already. I've been around so many form sites, it's not even funny. Putting the application down, dinner size plates, lines, all that, I've seen all that stuff before. He ain't the first one. I've seen other people do it too. They just try to make the product seem complicated, so it seems like it's more advanced. That's a bunch of crap. Just pour it down. Matter of fact, you know, just pour it down, put it in a roller, doesn't make a difference. Doesn't bother understand. If you're going to make it so that the person has to have a certain dinner size plate or circle or line, then what's the point of having a paint pan? What are you going to do? You can put the circle line in here or draw the line across here? How's that work? It doesn't work at all. What if you're using a paint can? Does it still apply to the paint can of having a circle or line on how much paint you apply? That doesn't make any sense either. See? Mumbo jumbo. But they're not expecting for customers to know stuff at the end of the day. You know, because they're there to educate them on something that they don't even know about. Alright, simple and plain. Go over the surface. That's it. See how fast that is? See how quick that is? I do this in demonstrations all day. People come in here and they say, hey, here, you can paint this screen yourself. Go ahead, knock yourself out. And I'll paint it in and go, wow, that's it. That's easy. Let's see. Don't worry about that. We wipe stuff off the desk all the time. We got it on here so we don't hit the desk, and apparently we hit the desk. Now, if you notice, when you say thin light formula, you see how that's a thin light formula, like skin light formula? You don't know what you're doing. I can make formulas in so many different textures, it's not even funny. I can make them ultra thick, where they're like peanut butter, or I can make them super thin like water. I can make them feed to a paint sprayer, an extra fine paint sprayer. It doesn't make a difference what paint sprayer it is. I can do that. I have that capability because you know why? I've been doing this for a long time, and I've learned every single way on basically how to make this stuff on every freaking level you could think of. When I watch somebody paint over a screen paint and it's very thin, and I see those bubbles picking up, you know what that tells me? There's water in your paint. That's the first thing I find, there's water in the paint. Okay, we don't even need that. What are we doing with that? So all we need is a little bit of paint, that's it. Talking a bunch of nonsense on camera. Making statements that, oh, it's a texture, water-like system, causes the paint to separate. Oh, no, it's just stupid. Don't even know what they're doing. That's the difference of a person who's a veteran at working on cars and a person who is just beginning. Who do you think is going to know more? He's going to read the nonsense from a mile away. We're done. That's it. That's all it takes. Easy. Easy, 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 easy. Get me. I'm reading, I'm watching the Passovers. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, we got 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got 4. On that little piece? So if you got to go through all that on that little piece, what the heck happens when you hit one of these? You see the size of that screen? That's 160 inches. Yeah, you're gonna be there all day. You'll be there all day getting that done. All day. This is finished. Okay. Another problem, when he showed the surface, light hit it, light reflected off of it. You know what that means? Lamp glare, hot spotting. That's what you're going to have. Because it's reflecting off the light that's bouncing off the windows. It's supposed to absorb, not come off shiny. That's like trying to watch a movie up tinfoil. You ever do that one before? That's interesting. Got one on the dryer. That's on the dryer. That's done. Drying time has to be extremely fast. No reflection at all. This is stuff I go through on form sites all day long. It just do. See, on form sites I go to, you got to back this stuff up. Or any form site, you got to back it up. The minute you start talking, you got 100 critics, 200 critics, 1,000 critics. You got them all on top of you. You better be to back it up. Can't back it up in there, you're not going to be able to make it far. That's the best place to go to challenge your stuff. Best place to go to challenge your stuff. Because you got the worst of the worst critics that'll be right on top of you to shoot you down. And you better be to back it up. Almost dry. Almost dry. That's what we just did. Let me dip for something. Now, see how that has a thin light coating? You see how easy I was able to apply that to a surface? No hard instructions. That's why when Mr. McAfee made that statement about, oh, there's no instructions, because there's none needed. I've painted down hundreds of screens. I've been on form sites and painted screens. I've been on site and painted screens. Right there in front of owners, I've painted in screens. I've been throwing out to facilities and painted in screens at the end of the day. They saw me take that much time to paint a screen. I'd be coming home sad without a contract. It has to be fast and quick. You know what that tells the customer when they paint that screen in? The first minute they put that brush, that roller makes contact with that surface, it shows outstanding results, which means that builds their confidence level that they're in the right direction. So when someone says at the end of the day that the paint didn't apply well, I can do that right in front of a judge. Just like that. It's that easy. It's not complicated. It should never be complicated. Anytime you're painting down a surface, it should never be a headache. Never, ever be a headache. 4 and 5 applications back and forth. Oh, well, you've lost your marbles. There's no way wrong doing that. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Nope, 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 nope. You're going back to the bump because I know you. I know that walk, man. I know that walk. Come on, inside. I know you. Inside. Those you don't know, my cat has a habit of cleaning himself on camera. I don't know where this weird habit started from, but he does it. So, I can't have him out in the open anymore because he does weird stuff. Started doing weird things. It's not always like that, but you just start being weird. Weird. All right. I can't even see the time. All right. Come over here with me for a minute. These are our results at 300 lumens on our QME. Haven't seen it, sorry about that. QME. I mean, I flashed it too fast. There you go. That's my results. It's supposed to be quick and fast. No headache. No thinking about it. Get it done and you're finished. I don't want to sit there all day reading through some instructions about up, down, over, robot formation. Start from where you started from the beginning. Come back up. It's not the first time I've read this. I've read these kind of complicated instructions on other sites. They want to make the product sound complicated. The more they want to make the product sound like it's something really high tech. That's why they put all those really complicated instructions. For the consumer, it's a headache. Some of these consumers, at the end of the day, first time painting one of these screens down, they don't want to mess it up. They don't want to make mistakes. They ask me all kinds of questions, what type of rollers, what type of surface, and this, that, and the other. They understand that 100%. I got no problem with that. They don't want to mess it up. If you throw in a bunch of complicated instructions in there, you know how hard that's going to be at the end of the day for them? Just because you want to make your product sound like it's something more than it's not. A thin light coating skin material product, it's not skin material, it's just a thin coating. Some people make them thinner so they can feed through paint sprayers better. The only problem is that when you try to roll these screens in, they have streak issues because the formula is too thin. And it causes a streak process. And that's what was happening to his screen. It was also streaking. It was also changing colors at the same time, which we noticed in the video. That's where the video went missing. But we have the video. We have a copy of it. So it's there for the forum site for people to look over. I know this. The minute we see demonstrations from them, which is rare, we see these type of demonstrations from them because they don't like to do them, we copy those demonstrations because we know they're going to go missing. I literally have a video of crows on the blacklist that clearly states recorded the video before it goes missing. And the video now is missing. So, see how beautiful those colors pop? 300 lumen. Sorry, $40 projector that I got. Cumi. They're Vivid projectors, by the way. One code application. I'm done. That's that easy. So when my clients come over and they go, well, how hard is it to paint the screen in? They figure because it's different from house paint, it's going to be complicated. No, that's how easy it is. You can literally paint it in yourself. Your kids can do that. Now, was I planning to do this demonstration today? No, not really. We just do it in there. We never plan anything. We just do it. You know why? When you plan something, that means it's rehearsed. We don't like doing rehearsed stuff. I can't stand doing that. Let me see. Now, say I want to do this box. And they say this is the jade. The jade is very green. This is a stage 1 jade, which means that we're actually designing another one. Another one. Same paint right here. Right? I painted in a 110-inch motorized tension screen with one hand. On camera. Very easy to do. See? It's going to go in all kinds of directions because I got a phone in my hand, but it doesn't make a difference. Now, would I advise using one of these rollers to paint a big screen? No, do not do that. Look at our specification sheet. We have a lot of information on there. Specification is so good that people actually stole them. Yep, got it up there on the blacklist showing that people have actually stole our specification sheets. You know, you would think for a product that's labeled to be a scam at the end of the day, why would you steal my specification sheet? Why would you steal anything? That's like if somebody came up with something called Hitler screen paint. Would you steal a specification sheet for a paint called Hitler screen paint? No, you wouldn't steal that. Because that would make your product look bad, right? So if our product is supposed to be this bad product at the end of the day, and we're supposed to be all these things, why would you be stealing my specification sheet? There you go. I had so many people on the forum site see through that when it wasn't even funny. We posted in the forum site. Like, look at this mess. This guy's over here. These are my specifications. She even put in the God is amazing on it. Now we're going over top of it. We're taking up the excess paint. Very easy to do. Just roll right back over top of it. You don't have to go light. Just roll over it. Be done. It's going to leave a streak. You're done. That's it. Bam. Done again. Let's put this up here. See that result right from the door? I figured since haters were so upset yesterday by the colored screen paint, we'd come out and give you something more to be angry about. See how fast I painted over that surface? All that dumb nonsense about middle paint, up, down, over, whatever. At one point, I thought I was putting in the code for Infinity Lives on Contra. Nobody doing all that. I don't even want to do it. That's the one thing I dread. If we got his painter, like, oh my God, I want to go through that freaking painstaking freaking nightmare of instructions. One of the set of the instructions he did on the Goopy to Goo, which we have cancellations on that one, was so complicated that he missed multiple steps. The other one, who called himself painting the screen down McAfee, didn't follow any of the steps. None of them at all. He just put it in the pan and rolled it up and put it in, which clearly shows when we showed it on a forum site that the instructions are just hula. Saying it has a thin light coating, it's not like any other paint has a thin light coating. We must have heard that word process maybe about 8 or 9 times through the sentence. When people are saying repeat words over and over again, it means they're telling on themselves. Either they're telling on themselves or they're backing something up that they can back up because they're repeated over and over again. They're saying it has a thin light coating. It's not a paint. It's a thin light coating. It's not a paint. It is a paint. It's a paint with a bunch of water in it. Because I've seen this before already. I've been to multiple forum sites. I've been to more forum sites than they have, and I've seen this. It's water they put in the paint. And put a lot of water in the paint. And that's what causes that bubble effect you see pop up on the screen. And then when it dries, mind you, those bubbles pop. So it causes an English muffin kind of texture to the surface. And that's why you kept seeing that gritty surface at the bottom. And then the white, which you were seeing pretty much was gray, was a primer on the other end bleeding through the screen. And that's why he kept going back over the surface multiple times. Everybody picked it up in the forum site. You can take that to a painter's website. Even a painter, like, hey, explain this to me. Why is he hitting that screen that many times? They'll tell you the same thing. Screen streaking, colors are not combinating correctly, the paint bleeding, the opposite side of the paint is bleeding through. Because that's the first thing you do. If you buy cheap paint and you paint over your walls, and if your walls happen to be green on the other end, what happens when you put cheap paint down and you don't prime it? That means the paint bleeds through. The paint bleeds through, what that means? That means you have to put multiple applications on the surface to get the original color to disappear. But you know, some people feel that their customers are just idiots and they don't know better, and that's what they feel. Because you'd be insulting my intelligence on that one. Now look, gentlemen, look at this. No fan. We have no fan in here. The screen's drying in front of you with no fan. Just got a little projector over here. We turned the cardboard box easy into a projection screen. We're in a fully lit environment. See the reflection coming off my desk? Those are my lights over top. See how fast it's going to paint that in? No time at all. That's why, Mr. McAfee, when you made the statement about I don't have instructions, I don't need them. I was doing that job long before you ever existed on a YouTube channel. Way back on Digital and Crystal Screen Paint, where you see me there with a black long t-shirt, painting the screen in with 0 instructions. Because you know why? Because at that time, this is where Goose Screen was all the rage, and people had these crazy instructions to all their screen paints. So we decided to make a demonstration where you didn't need it. We went the other way around. Easy. Customers don't struggle when they paint in the screen. Now, I've had customers try to get over them. I had a customer contact me and say, hey, the paint doesn't take well. My image is bleeding right through. The surface is bleeding right through. This is why I warn you from the door. If you're one of those customers, please don't send us that nonsense. You do know what batch numbers are, right? You know I have to paint that down to a surface. We usually prefer the cardboard surface because, again, it covers everything. So if we're showing that paint applying to a surface and covering over completely, it means it has the ability to mask the surface and become the screen itself. We test this before you even can buy the product. Before you could even touch this technology right here, it has to be tested, which I can back up in a courtroom any day of the week. So when you make those type of statements, this can get you in a lot of trouble. And I had a customer one time try to blackmail me. Sat there and told me if I didn't give him back his money, and if I didn't give him back, he wanted the money, and he wanted a couple containers of paint from us. Taped it, sent that to me. Because he can show proof that our product didn't paint down. Again, products are tested before they're sold. Which I showed him all the demonstrations and customers' results, and also sent this letter to some very special people. He was handled and taken care of. And special people, FBI. Because that's blackmail. Doesn't pay. Got your email and everything right there making that statement. Yep, I've seen it all. I've seen just about everything you could possibly think of. I've seen it all. I don't know who he thought he had at the end of the day. I guess he thought I was one of the YouTubers that then they don't test their stuff. Because that's usually what they go for. Didn't do research on me, did he? Research would have helped. All right, let me see. So when I said I've seen everything in the book, I've seen everything in the book. So that means I can take a box just like this, take this projector just like this, and I can put a projection screen right on my desk. Where's my stand at? I'm gonna need that. thin light coating. Oh my goodness. Please, you don't even know how to do a thin coating. You don't even know how to do a fusion application. If I ask them in the forum, say, what's the fusion application? Guess we get met with emojis, laugh emojis, cursing me out, stuff like that. We get met with. I don't know what they're talking about. What's the fusion application? What is it? I know so much about painting. Please explain that one to me. You pull out a roller, they're gonna start laughing at you. Fusion applications are not done with rollers, they're done with paint sprayers. And you have to time it just right on each application process to do it. There we go. Got a screen set there real nicely like that. No, what? Bring it down. There we go. There we go. Nice and bright, right? Lay this over here for right now. I gotta use that for something. I got something else I'm using that for. Okay, let me see what we need to do here. Super expensive. Calm down, relax. Gray screen. Oh, we ain't got it. We ain't got which one on this side. We're good. Sometimes we'll have to type that in. Let's think. All right. There we go. Green screen, red screen, 300 lumens. Gray screens can't read color. So that means green screen we have here, which is jade, can actually read better color than a gray screen. And the green screen we have here is not even traditional screens. And on any way whatsoever, it's just not. Because they don't sell green screens. Well, they sell green screens if you're doing something like special effects, but not in this kind of color. Let's go get some blue. Let's go ahead and see the contrast is not reading. Yeah, because my YouTube channel is in black. Let's go over and pick up blue screen. Oh, we got microphones on this side? I didn't know that. Learn something every day. Oh, yeah, because I was doing demonstrations on that side of the picture, that's why. Alright, let's go get a blue screen. There you go. So, keep in mind that the technology we have here, because they come in different colors, can pull way better colors than gray and white screens. You can read better. Way better. Red screen. Red screen. There you go. My screen doesn't pick up anything at all, of course. Green screen. Listen. Green screen. What difference that was. So the color's thrown off on a gray screen. That's not green. They literally pick that up all the time, and people go, "Oh, that's gray." Like, I mean, it's green. I said, "No, the freak, that isn't green. It's light green." I didn't request for light green. I said green screen. So it's gonna pick me up green. If I ask for dark green, I'm supposed to get dark and light green, but that screen's picking up light green. This is why I tell you that when you watch on a gray screen, if you're watching a forest, we're going to show you that one. That's a really interesting one too. We'll show you in the forest, how many shades of green can a gray screen actually read? A lot of people don't think about that when they set up their home theater projection. You do know that if you have a projector that has even millions, even if it has millions, you have thousands of colors, somewhere along the line in that thousands of colors, you're still going to pick up a dark color. So how well can you pick up the dark color? So if you're showing the forest is not one big sheet of green, it's multiple shades of green. You got green from light, from mid to dark. So can it read dark? Because those dark colors are very important. And I've noticed that all the demonstrations I've watched, I don't watch them they don't do dark colors. And these have to be done in fully lit environments when you're doing dark colors. Let's go over here and we're gonna do that today. We're explaining why gray and white screens can't read the dark color level, because they skip that completely. I've never heard it in any of their demonstrations. They'll skip it completely because they can't read it. That's why. So you have to read multi shades of green. Because again, you walk in the forest, it's not all green. It's all green. It'd be weird looking. It's multi shades of green. You got dark green, mid green, you got everything in there. So we gotta talk about that today. We're going to do some videos on that today. Now, for people who make gray and white paint products, well, white screens you have nothing to worry about because we need your stuff anyway. I got to paint over your stuff. I'm not painting over gray screen. It costs me more money to paint over gray screen. But to the gray screen at the end of the day, if you feel, like I said, that what I'm saying is completely incorrect, and you feel that what I'm saying could damage your business at the end of the day, and what I'm saying is a complete lie, we have a thing called the court system. Don't do anything stupid like go on YouTube and do dumb things and break the law, because then you're going to lose more than that. You can get sentenced for some of that stuff. You know, you go to jail for a year for doing dumb stuff. Don't do stuff like that. And on top of it, it makes you look very unprofessional. Because if you're going to sneak down to those kind of dirty taxes, no one's going to trust you ever again for business. No one's going to touch you. You can blackball yourself. So this is what you do. Contact me. We go to court. That's what we do. And we'll explain to a judge how your stuff doesn't read. Now, mind you, what did I say about wasting my time? Because I got to spend the time to go in there. It's a day's worth of work I'm going to lose. This will cost you about $500,000 to $1 million. We're going to sue you for it. See, when you say I'm going to sue you for $50,000, why don't you make it $50,000, $60,000? No, I'm going to make you pay for it, big time. Next time you don't waste my time. You don't want to cough up $1 million to $500,000? All I got to do is just walk into a courtroom and just say, hey, look, we came in here the first time, he couldn't back it up, and we crushed him, okay? We all know, it's on court record, we beat you. Now we're in here because you wasted my time, and my time is money, which means now I can get it wherever I want. How are you going to get around that? I won the first lawsuit. All right, then, there we go, moving on. So you waste my time, it's going to cost you. Let me see. I got companies right now talking about that is a fantastic policy. I think I'm going to use that one. We have companies copying our policy. I don't mind. I really don't. They need to all have batch numbers. That'd be nice. I would love to have a batch number. Like I would love to have a batch number when I bought that projector over there. That'd be nice. So then we have to go through the not nightmare, but the headache of contacting eBay and then contacting the merchant. And the merchants, they're saying that, yeah, I tested the projector thoroughly. I showed you the email. And then turn around, and we did the test on the projector. We did a live unboxing on it, and it didn't work. The HDMI ports were burnt out. But he thoroughly tested. That's what he told me. So if I had never did that video, I'd have been in a lot of trouble. So I did the video and showed it to him, and guess what? Never replied back. Now we got the projector to work. We got it running through an HDMI to VGA. But if he had sat there and said that, hey, HDMI port doesn't work, but you can use it to VGA, I still would have bought it, because we got adapters over here. See? They sit there and send me an email telling me, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a liar. That projector was tested. Oh, really? I did a live unboxing on that. Here's the video right here. Never heard back from him. Now, let's see if he had batch number that thing, and I saw that, and I'm like, okay, whatever, don't care. We'll buy it anyway. We don't care. You know, it's a good price and all. We still use it, like I'm using it right now. And keep in mind how fast the devil works at the end of the day. Yeah, we put Satan on blast all the time. He don't like it, but we put him on blast. We throw him out in the light as much as we can. That joker popped up in my head and said, well, you know what? You already filed a complaint. You're going to get the $60. I'm going to cheat somebody out of $60. You're going to get the $60 either way. As far as they're concerned, the projector's broken. You can keep both. No, we're not doing that, Satan. We're not doing that. You got to go. I got things to do. We're going to contact him and tell him we fixed the problem and how we fixed the problem. So next time he runs across that problem, he knows how to fix it. But next time, warn him, be honest when you put out your description of your product of being tested. Let's go to slow color changer. Now here, batch numbers. I got a video like, oh shoot, the thing's working. All that's pretty cool. But I know how to look for telltale signs on things that what they're trying to hide when they're selling projectors. I've been doing it for a while on eBay. Slow color changer. Oh, it's going to be so interesting when AI starts talking back to you and having conversations with you when you try to tell it to give it a prompt command. Like, did I even ask for that? Like, clearly I'm right next to you. You didn't hear that. If the dog could speak, he would have heard it. Now, we've done this on that screen over there on a 50 lumen projector right on top of the screen, and we couldn't get the gray and white to read off that black technology over there. But you're going to repeat that demonstration again today. We're going to repeat a couple of demonstrations today. I think we're going to start demonstrations called short and sweet. It's going to be a fast demonstration, show you outstanding results just like that. Short and sweet. Excuse me, people. Now, for those of you saying, well, what about the white levels, Mr. Bird? We never skip the white levels. We love doing the white levels. How dare you? I love to do white levels. Don't you know that I do white levels all the time? We do. If we put up a challenge on our white level demonstrations versus gray screens doing contrast demonstrations in fully lit environments, if there was a war going on, based on that, it'd be an onslaught on our behalf. That's what the white levels. They need certain things in their environment to get contrast to work. It's a puppet show for them over there. So they have to darken the environment. That's one. That's definitely going to happen. They have to go in and they have to basically buy projectors with really inky contrast. The higher the better. That's another one. They rely on ultra short throw projectors, which means distance throw is not there right on top of the screen. That's like the equivalent of taking this projector and shoving it against the screen. Look, it works. Yeah, that's another problem. Closer to the screen, less they have to deal with the picture quality diminishing or basically deteriorating in the process of traveling from A to B. So that's why they constantly stick on ultra short throws. And they pick a lot of light colors because they fade less. They're fading, but they fade less. Yeah, there you go. When you ever seen one say, oh, we're going to do all dark color, change out shade application, fully lit environment? I've never heard one say it, ever. Dark purple screen. This is why you don't see them do dark colors. That's why. Because they can't pick it up. But your projector does produce dark colors. We're a freak box projector at 1.7 billion colors and it only does light colors. Like, no, they do multiple colors. But the problem is you can't read that. That's why I said you're not reading the color. And you can calibrate that all day long. It's not going to work. You can't read dark colors. So go look around. Go check out some of these. It's not just gray screen paints. It's gray physical screens too. All of them. Check them out. Gray physical screens. All of it. Check it out. And see how many have done dark colors in a fully lit environment. Yep. But those colors do pop up. Dark red screen. There's dark red right at the top. And that light passing through from light to red. See that dark coming through? You can't read it. Now I know people make screens. when I talk about one person takes it very personally. I think he thinks he's the creator of gray screens, but okay. But anyway, any gray screen, you can't read that. I don't care if you Elite screens, I don't care if Diamond has a gray screen, I don't care what you have in the day, you can't read that. I'm gonna contact Optima. I want detail on that Optima P2. What type of colors does it pick up? How many dark colors does it pick up? How many light colors? And so with the different shades comes up. Because you're going to tell me 1.7 billion colors is just going to be all light? No, that's impossible. All right, let's go over here to Snow screensavers. Snow screensaver. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I hate that when they do that. They flash and then they put commercial on that quick. That's a jerk move. There we go. Can they make this technology unwatchable? No, can't do that. Technology reads a very high white level, even if it's green. And you forget it's green, right? It's a green screen. The screen's actually green. It's green. There we go. And it's at 5% completed. Stage 1. Stage 2 hasn't even come in yet. Stage 2s actually have much higher white levels because of darker screens. That's why. Well, let's go pop over here and get this one. So you got a screen over here that's green. It picks up a outstanding white level at 300 lumens fully lit environment. It picks up color better than white and gray screens. Isn't that interesting? Make you want to go, Yeah, when people say we do so many white level demonstrations, like I said, if I were to compare my white level demonstrations to how many times I've seen a black gray screen do a demonstration in a fully lit environment, I ain't seen any of those. We did see some. No, we didn't see that. Which I'm curious, how come when he did the network gray, how come he didn't do a star field? Like there's no star field in the demonstration at all, not one. No contrast of any kind. It's all bright colors. So come on. Seriously? Let me turn the lights out here and show you what the lights out. Then we all contrast pop. I'm like, oh, come on. We timed that one. We definitely timed that one. Thin light coating on her skin. My goodness. Doesn't even know how to do a thin light coating application for a roller. Thin light coating on his skin. The water acts as a delivery system to keep the product from evaporating. Yeah, good luck with that one right there. That's a lie. See, he'll feed that nonsense over on freaking YouTube because he'll get away with that nonsense from time to time. I don't see him on ABS Forum, Projector, Central. Heck, there's 16 different forum sites I'm on. I never see him on there. You know why? You can't pass that bull over there. They're all gurus over there. There's a lot of people who basically have high-end projectors over there, setups and all that stuff. They don't look at that like, what the freak are you talking about? Forget it. Yeah. Can't pass that nonsense over there. Starfield screensaver, they hate this word with a passion because we said it so many times on camera. I've had people contact me and write Starfield screensaver like 30 times. You know when you write Starfield screensaver to us like 30 times and that tells me at the end of the day, you're not all there. That means at the end of the day that you should be 302. I mean, literally from some of the emails I've got from people, when we know exactly who you are, I can literally go to court and request for a 302 evaluation on you that we think you're unfit for to be around society, which we think you're a danger to yourself and other people. Because the emails we receive from you show that you have some kind of psychological breakdown behavior. It shows in the emails. I got a friend of mine who's a psychiatrist. He's actually looked at some of his emails. Some of those people out there, again, I wouldn't be trusting with a credit card at the end of the day. I really wouldn't. I've actually watched Jamie in the middle of a live stream repeat something over and over again and again and again. We got on recording. Literally got on recording. He just kept repeating it over and over again, and large caps. So on top of that, that is an unstable person at the end of the day. I would not be having my credit card go over there or information go over there. There you go. Y'all can't read contrast. That's a green screen. How does a green screen read the contrast? But it's reading it. What's it doing? How's it doing? We don't even know. Well, we don't even know. It's the same attitude when we talking to people's pets out there. Like, what are you doing? You don't even know. How'd you get so furry? Who did this to you? Who did this to you? Who made you so furry? Who made you furry? Who did it to you? Always bumping into somebody's dog out there in the street. Like, what you got there? Oh, I already know from dirt. Boston Terriers, Red Setters, all that stuff. Can I pet them? I can? Yeah! Oh my goodness. You get a chance to see my sister's German Shepherd. Big. Oh my goodness, that'll be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Teaching her how to walk right now on the leash. Anyway, he's going to be out with me walking about. Get a chance to meet some people. I met a lot of people with Taco. So Taco knows him. I mean, Taco and a dog gets along really freaking well. Taco likes dogs. Interesting. I wonder if he was raised by dogs. Or wolves or whatever. If you're raised by something. There's foxes out there. I know there's foxes out there. Packs of foxes out there on that where they didn't have in town. So, I don't know. He just don't like cats. He likes dogs. Every time a dog comes over, he runs right up to it. Sniffs it and everything. Dog sniffs, he sniffs. Thank you, dog. But anyway, getting back to this. Yep, there we go. So I just showed you in the demonstration. Short, fast. Painted it in. No time at all. Dried it. We didn't even put any fan on it, did we? Just dries by it. So, you know, I can get a ton of fans. I actually dried these two screens, these big screens behind us. I dried them with this. You know what that is? That's my air cleaner. That's what I use to dry the screens in. An air cleaner. That's it. Didn't even need big fans to dry these giant screens in here. And then what makes it crazy is that this screen's green. These are going to make a different colored screen. So we can also show, when we go to form sites and we show off different colored screens, when you're showing a different colored screen up on the form site, you are challenged on so many levels, it is not even funny. They want to see white level demonstrations. They want to see that low lumens. They want to see them in eco mode. They want to see them in fully lit environments. In comparison, color level, the color levels always pop up all the time we do these demonstrations. So if you don't do any of these demonstrations, you're used to being stuck in these dark environments and constantly using crutch projectors, which we call ultra short. Those are crutch projectors that people have to use those because their stuff doesn't work. Then that just tells you right there at the end of the day that no, you can't do color technology. I'm not saying dirt technology. We don't even have technology. There's paint. It's house paint. Now, the first thing notice at the end of the day, well, everybody's part. I told you from the door that everybody has house paint, unless you got something like Mr. Rogers has over there claiming to have some kind of laboratory, Dexter's laboratory. He claims to have, he's made all his products from scratch. Yeah, right, whatever. Bottom line is, he got it from Home Depot. He literally said in the video demonstration we was over at Sherman-Williams, but that's not from scratch. And that's from Sherman-Williams. There's two types of scratch. There's scratch where you basically are not buying instant cake mix and you're making it with the ingredients. And then there's super scratch, which means that not only you're not buying the eggs, but you got chickens out there laying the eggs. That's scratch. Super scratch. You don't have the flour out there. You got a wheat field out there. You have to literally make those elements to make that product. That's what you call extreme scratch. Farmers at the end of the day, they do extreme scratch because again, they grow all the products to make the products that we make in stores. And you got people that make cake mix. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with cake mix. You can hook up cake mix if you know what you're doing. You can make cake mix to make taste absolutely insane. Like, it's the same thing? It's the same box? You can be sitting there back when we have somebody's cake at a fundraiser or whatever you're going to. Like, wait. This Duncan Hines? I buy this all the time. I don't taste this way. Yeah, because they got something they put in there that tastes special. You know, like Betty and Wilma, as I use that two terms about the two people buying cake mix. Because we got people at the end of the day that are born under rocks, stones, and whatever else you're born under. I don't know, but you should know this by now. Literally. I don't know. Where you been at for the last 10 or 14 years? I'm talking about individuals who came on my channel and go, oh, but your stuff is house paint. All of it's house paint. Where the freak you been at for the last 14 years? You haven't seen all those people back in 2009 or 2010 or when that era, all those different types of screen paints, different grade paints that were flooding all over ABS forums because everybody wanted to be like Goose Screen. Where were you at? So you didn't know all that stuff was house paint? Everybody said it in the freaking forum site that was freaking house paint. It's how you make it, how you design it, how you test it to back it up that makes it different. Just like Wilma and Betty in the cake mix. And a better way of trying to break it down for them to understand. Anybody can get Duncan Hines. Anyone can buy Duncan Hines. Anyone can get it. But there are certain people that can do things to Duncan Hines to make it taste far better than the company itself. That's what they call the terms of building a better mousetrap. You build a better mousetrap and the world is yours. You ever heard that term before? Well, someone figured out how to take Duncan Hines and make it better than what it is. And they built a better mousetrap. So that being said, everything, all screen paints, every single one of them on this planet, believe it or not, is house paint. But what makes a difference is whatever they did to it to alter and change it to make it to something different. And this is why, this is the part that's going to basically hurt them the most. You have to do gray versus gray demonstrations as we do black versus black. You know why we do a black versus black demonstration? Because it proves that the product is not everyday house paint. That it does something different that everyday house paint can't do. And that's why if you don't have those demonstrations called gray versus gray, and you match one of these screens, what have you told the world? You have everyday house paint. Now, just a little kicker in here. If you have made this statement to me, that my product's nothing but house paint, this is a very expensive lawsuit for you. Because it means if we catch you doing tons of demonstrations, making this statement, using the word scammer, keywords in there, you're looking at millions and millions of dollars in lawsuits. You don't have this. We're going to know. We have a financial advisor go through your stuff to figure exactly what you have worth. And then we sue you for a lot of money knowing that you cannot escape the tree that's coming down on top of you. Remember the theory about the whole tree thing? In lawsuits, it's real simple. You know, you cut down a large tree, try to run from it. You can't run from it. Eventually, you're going to get crushed by it. That's why people give you heavy lawsuits like that, because they know there's no way you can get around those things. But anyway, long story short, don't say things you can't back up. That's what you do. Golden rule. You should know this by now. Now, I'm not talking to my customers on this level. My customers don't do this. Well, some do this dumb stuff. But I'm talking about those individuals who do dumb stuff. You know, the teacher says, I'm not talking to the rest of you who had nothing to do with this. This is not for you. This is for individuals who you know who you are. This is for you. This is how I'm speaking to you. This is for you. So you have to do that test. Now, I can take your company to court and I can request that, hey, look, that product is house paint by speculation. You're going to have to prove that it's not, which means the demonstration you refuse to do on YouTube, now you're going to do that in front of a courtroom. The difference on YouTube, you just get embarrassed, that's all. In a courtroom, you get sued. And you can hit with consumer fraud that could carry some jail time or some serious probation. But you don't want probation popping up and people go to look up your company like, yeah, they got probation for basically lying about their product, stating that it was basically a high-performance screen paint and it turned out to match house paint. Nobody will touch you. That means all tests that you would have to do from here on in would have to show that against house paint, you would have to do those tests either way. Because nobody will touch you. So, how many black on black tests do we have versus people with gray screens and gray paints right now? Too many to count. Way too many to count. All right then. Then you haven't been testing your products at all. We know that from the day we haven't tested your products. Did you know why? When I was buying all that paint up, I did those tests behind closed doors, and I know what your product does. Yes, sirree. Oh, that Starfield came out absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. On our green technology. Our green technology. All right, we did a nice paint out demonstration. And yeah, I got gray screens to come down like, yeah, but our products paint down. Yeah, your products paint down nicely. I know that. Guess what else paints down nicely? House paint. Network Gray 773 goes on. Super, super smooth. I painted it multiple times. We used it as tests against our products to show that the equivalence of a gray screen is not all that great. You know where we came up with the Network Gray 773 challenge? It's a big one too. Anyway, I was sitting there one day thinking like, with all these gray tones out there, because when I was coming up, we didn't have a lot of gray paints. Everybody had to mix that black and white mixture together to get the grays come out. But now there's so many different versions of gray tones. It's incredible. So I'm thinking, like, what are the odds of someone just sliding a paint off a shelf, sprinkle a little Christmas glitter, and say, hey, look, there's a new technology, and then hit it with a high-end projector to make it look like something more than what it is. That sound familiar? Yeah, someone did it already. So, it doesn't make a difference how smooth it goes on. You're going to have the quality is going to have to work. It's going to have to work. You're going to have to get that quality. Because without that quality, this stuff is useless. I can't even use that in here. There's no way in the world we can use a gray screen. It's virtually impossible. Can't use a white screen in here. It's virtually impossible. It won't work. All right. I'm glad we had this time together. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Those who remember Carol Burnett, you know what I'm talking about. You already know. I got old heads who come in here. They say, yeah, Mr. Bird, I used to sing from Carol Burnett. I know that back in the day. There we go. And then I got to explain it because we got some generations in here that don't know what Carol Burnett is. Watch, it's a good show too. That's very good. It's a popular show way back in the day. Great comedians up in the day. Good, wholesome, clean comedians. Can't watch that stuff today. Curses so much. That's why kids learn to curse. They got TV. Even the cartoons curse now. Oh, I don't know. Cartoons never really cursed. Rare, you heard the word donkey's butt. If you know a donkey's butt, the term of a donkey's butt, it was rare you would hear that on TV. Super rare. It was shocking if you heard someone say, you can get fired for that. You hear the news and make that curse. I see people on the news saying the F word. I'm like, what the freak? You can't even watch the news anymore. Now we're cursing on the news. Oh, man. This is why people pay for streaming services. So they can keep their kids watching stuff without a bunch of curse words in it. And you have to pay for the no commercials because they can read. Yeah, it's just a mess. But anyway. I don't know how you people do it with kids. Man, I did that, man. I had to be on guard 24/7 to keep the remote control. Why in the world do my kids need to know about four-wall protection and a tampon? Like, really? You can't keep that somewhere else? Like, why would it even be on that channel? It's for kids shit, nothing but... And that's another thing, too. The toys. Tons and tons of toys. You mean to tell me they're not doing sneak advertising? A kids channel, and it's just nothing but tons of toys. I mean, that would be the great place to put toys at to begin with, which would be good marketing. But on the other hand, they just prompts kids to want more. But I don't know. I guess you can put it in a term where just... Like my sister does. They got chores. They want something, they got to work for it. You just don't get, they got to work for it. So I guess if you want, you just got to go work for it. I did when I was a kid. I mowed lawns, walked dogs, all that stuff. I wanted something, I went out and I got it. Other people would just rather go on their channel and just complain about our products at the end of the day. Like, it's a fake, it's a liar. He's all these things. That's what he is. Have you ever bought a spot before? No, I've never had it before. That's just what I know. It's just what I know. Try that in a courtroom in front of a judge. Not gonna go well. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to go to court. I can't wait. I'm excited. I've done this before. I've crushed people in court before. It's the same old thing. Do my little dance. Walk in the courtroom, look at you, give you a little smile, let you know that it's going to be over soon. It's not going to go well. And my tradition is when I get done, I get myself a hot dog and sit in the park and I chill. It's like that whole thing where, you watch the samurai pull out their sword and just go, whing, two guys are running to each other, and he pulls out the sword, and then the samurai just stops, smiles, and the other guy just severs in half and explosion in the background. That's how I'm going to treat you in that courtroom. Come on, man. I've been doing this for years, man. I'm a veteran in this field. It ain't the first time I'm going to court with somebody taking a court. Let's bring it. Let's do it. I'm excited. Let's get this on. You know what I get to do? Let's show my technology off. So come on. Let's get this done. Let's get in the courtroom. Let me showboat. Let me have some fun. Let me show off this technology. Bam, 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 bam. Get a couple orders in there. Hopefully get a city contract. Shows how beautiful this technology is. And advertise and have some fun. But you might as well make money. Opportunity. You got to take it by the horns. So why not? So advertise, have some fun in there, get some orders at the same time, hopefully get a city contract, that'll be really nice, And then on top of that, in the day, crush you in court, destroy your life at the end because you remember you opened up the Pandora's box. It was closed, but you wanted to open it up. There we go. Do I sound like a person who's scared to walk into a courtroom? Please. Don't want too many times to count. Easy to crush. Yeah, people, I can't wait till I can get into a showroom where I can show talk 24/7. See, the difference between me and you gentlemen, you're afraid to market your product because I've come for your product to buy it. You've given me receipts over here. You cancel it out. That tells me you can't back your product up when you cancel out. Me, on the other hand, is I'm pushing to get my technology everywhere. I display it off as much as I possibly can. If a product can do as it claims to do, they're going to advertise that like crazy. Like someone developed a mousetrap that fires a laser for some strange reason, just takes out rodents, which I'm against that in the day, by the way. But then against, no, forget it, we're going off topic on that one. I got to move on. But anyway, so say they build a better mousetrap, right? They do something that no other product does. Do you think they're going to keep that quiet? No. They're going to have that splattered everywhere. If someone figured out a way how to, which is really dangerous, how to basically make something do something that's very, very odd. Like say somebody got a gray screen to produce a 100% black level, 100% contrast level, right? And a fully lit environment, which is extremely unheard of. It's impossible to say, right? And someone actually did this. Do you think they're going to show that demonstration of one time and you'll never see it again? No. You're going to see it plaster everywhere. Why wouldn't you? That's just human reaction. Definitely going to do it. You're definitely going to show it up as much as you possibly can. You're going to show it up so much, people are going to be sick and tired of seeing it because you're just going to constantly show it off everywhere. Who does a demonstration one time and never does it again? Because they can't do it. That's why. Gain range? Are you kidding me? You're talking about a screen that acquires 2 gains at the same time? It's the same paint? And you mean to tell me that if I take this paint from this roller, this is how far-fetched and crazy this is. If I take this paint from this roller and I paint it in a different direction that the gain changes on the screen, who was dumb enough? I had some people on forums like that, who was dumb enough to buy this stuff? Who was stupid enough to buy this stuff? And even the person in the UK, and I asked him about the gain range, he blocked us. Even when I asked McAfee, I sent emails out to him. He blocked us. We asked Jamie the same thing. He never responded back. So, you're going to tell me that I can take this paint and I can paint that surface and I made 2 gains out of that. And yet the person who made the product never responded back either. We have it on the blacklist. Of us contacted him, asking him about gain range and never got it back. We contacted him on 3 different emails and never got anything back. Or sorry, 2. 2 of them we replied back twice. The other email we replied back was his other email, got nothing back. So, that's a bit far-fetched, ain't it? Oh, talk about the range. And the other one who sat there and basically had a screen paint that went against a house paint, was trying to convince people on the other side of that they had a yellowish tone. There was no yellowish tone there. I can make your stuff look like it's yellow. And that screen over here, the 50% can make your screen look orange and dingy. You can see a massive difference right there. But we're going to show that off today too. The screen that actually turns gray screens, this color is gray screen. We're definitely, that's why I'm building that over there for a stand for that. But anyway, yeah, you would see it right there on camera. I didn't see a yellowish tone. No one saw a yellowish tone. I posted those pictures in multiple form sizes. Anybody here see a yellowish tone? They see a massive difference between the 2 screens. This side is Crow screen paint, Metallica mixed. Cinemax. And this one over here is everyday house paint. Anybody see anything different? Not one person said it looked different. The only people that came in and made that statement were people that basically support him. But everybody else said the same thing. It's the same thing. But you can't see it from here. You can't see it from here. Only I can see it. I can see it from here. All right. Oh, you wouldn't mind doing that in the courtroom so everybody can see that. I told him, look, do me a favor. Go out there, put out 2 stands. Put your screen and the screen, put them side by side. Do an open survey so people can see it. I can do an open survey on a black screen. I can take a black screen and our paint, put it side by side. I guarantee they can tell which is actually black paint, which is our product, right there from the door. That's all you got to do. Do a survey. Put it out there. Let's see. Put it live so we can all watch it. See how many people come off the street and say that paint, they look exactly the same. All right then. There we go. We don't want to back things up, but we want to take money. Look, the minute you take money, the minute you show an exchange of money anywhere, and if these questions come up in a courtroom challenging your company, you're in a lot of trouble. Which, by the way, you're challenging this company, by the way. I do challenge this company. Your company has been challenged. So has Danny on that game range. We applied for that. We got to wait for that date to come up when we can get ready to go into court and talk about that one, because I can't wait to hear this game range nonsense. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait to hear it. I mean, he sat there behind that chalkboard talking about he's a philosopher. How come you didn't bring that up? So if any of you figured out a way to get a screen to produce 2 games, don't you think that would have been plastered everywhere? There you go. Because it's not true, that's why. He made it up. He made it up to try to get money out of people. And that's what he did. And that's what we're accusing you of, Mr. Rogers. We're accusing you of fraud. You're going to court for consumer fraud, showing that your company clearly made a false statement on your product that weren't true. You're going to be challenged in court. You have to be to show that this product does exactly as it says, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to plan to meet you. On top of that, while we're there, we're going to talk about this whole statement you made about me canceling out. I do expect to see my receipts on that. And no fake attorney nonsense. Stop sending me dumb stuff on fake attorneys. We know, come on, man. Common sense, man. At the end of the day, common sense. Please, use some common sense. Stop sending me fake freaking stuff at the end of the day. Talking about this is my attorney, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Where's his number? Where's his law office at? There's nothing. There's not even a proper. Come on, stop it. Just stop it. You're going to go to court for that. Because again, this gain range, I'm definitely going to have it on court records. I'm going to have it on court records for everyone to read that you lied. All right, let me see. We got to move on from there. Yeah, I'm a challenger in court. You think I'm joking? I am dead serious. I'm taking this joker to court over this. You don't have to tell us what it is. You better do some videos, something at the end of the day. I'm definitely going to drag us behind into a courtroom. Because again, you can't be going around making stuff up like that. Next you know, he's been making up some other dumb nonsense, and there'll be something else stupid that'll pop up. Oh, the paint we have here converts actual vision into 3D holograms, so you can actually see within the screen itself. Don't know what he's talking about. Wow. Forever paint down demonstrations, bad instructions. Instructions were so bad. There was no information in the instructions. You're talking about rear projection. How are you doing rear projection? That paint looked that bad. That had all those different imperfections on a multi-roll down on top of it. You have any idea how bad that will look on the opposite side of rear projection? It would have so many imperfections. I even saw parts of the screen where you can see the black powder that he put into it. I guess he was trying to put water. It looked like water and black powder he tried to put in there. But you can see the bits of flaky powder where it didn't dissolve right in the paint. You can see little spots where it landed at. Yeah. We saw all that. It has a thin light coating. You don't understand. So you hear that? That's a thin coating. You should be to shake your cans. Everybody can shake their cans. You can tell the difference between turpentine and freaking paint because it gives off the different. It's lighter and it's on. But you're doing thin light coating. You shouldn't be going over the screen multiple times. I'm like, why the frick is he doing that many passes over the surface? How many 30 times over the screen over and over again? There's know what he's doing. Does he know what he's doing? Know what he's doing. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I'm having fun right now. I love doing this. I'm having so much fun with this. Let's do another one. Hold on for a minute. All right. Let me show you something. Now, this is test grade paint we made on YouTube. Made it for cheap. Showed you it was like 2 something like tablespoons of white paint into gray paint. That's what we showed you, right? Alright, let's show you. Now see right here, Danny? This is a thin light coating paint. See how thin that is? That's a thin light coating. See how that's green? That's green, right? See right there? Like, oh, it's green. It's green. It's green. They get mad at me because I have fun on camera. They think I'm teasing them. No, if I was teasing you, oh my goodness, I would embarrass you on so many levels. I got so much of your videos that you've basically wiped off your site. I can literally build me a website talking about deleted nonsense and put your stuff up there and post it everywhere. I want to embarrass you. See this? Look at see the texture on the paint? See how thin it is? See how thin that is? See? Look at that. See? Now, you see how it coats that? See that coating right there? You don't know what you're doing. Gee whiz. Doesn't know what he's doing at all, period. It's a thin light coating. It's a thin light coating. See? Easy. This reminds me of Sesame Street. The guys that come out with the draw the letters. 8. We're doing K. The letter K. Remember that? Remember that on Sesame Street? There we go. What does K stand for? Kenneth. It stands for Kenneth. That's what it stands for. Kenneth. That's it. See how fast I painted over that? See that? No headache, no mess, no fuss. It's like an info commercial. I'm doing an info commercial on this stuff right here. Yes, we got this fantastic paint right here. You can paint it, set it, and forget it. We're going to have a little fun. This is where we finish the demonstration. We have some fun at the end. This is the part they don't like. Because Mr. Bird, remember, what did we do yesterday? We talked about how you haters cry, right? That's what we did, right? We talked about that, right? Now, what did I do when I talked about you haters crying? I showed off a technology in that demonstration that showed a green screen next to the hazel screen, and those screens picking up a tremendously high white levels together. Amazing contrast together. Amazing color together. They did all that in a fully lit environment, right? On Projector, it cost me $50, which means the entire time I'm telling you at the end of the day that your products suck and do not work, I'm crushing you with the products that I'm showing you that are brand new. Even the green one we just developed yesterday. Now I'm in here having this conversation, showing up a screen being painted down in no time at all. Boom, 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 done. Painted in, right? No fuss, no muss, none of that crazy nonsense, no crazy instructions, blah, blah, blah. None of that, right? And at the same time, having a little fun while basically showing outstanding results. And you want to walk me into a courtroom. All right, no problem. We can do that. Bam. My name is... Gotta have fun, people. You gotta have fun. You can't have fun. You don't know what you're doing. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. See, gentlemen, the reason why I can have this much fun on camera because I've done this. I've done this more times than you can count. That's the difference between somebody jumping the Grand Canyon and someone not jumping the Grand Canyon. You know, a person that never jumped the Grand Canyon, you're going to be extremely nervous about. A person that's done it over and over again, man, we out there jumping with the crowd like, yeah, it's a funny day. We're going to jump this Grand Canyon. They've done it dozens of times. They don't care. They've done it too many times to count. On the RK, gray screen, you can't read. Only our screen can pick it up. It's a green screen picking up a contrast level better than a gray screen. But anyway, yeah, when you've done it dozens of times, you're not nervous about it. You come out of your trailer like, yeah, going to a lot of people and everything, having fun, kissing babies, signing autographs. Like, I'm going to jump this Grand Canyon, people. We want to do it again. One more time. And music playing in the back room, telling you dancing, shuffling, everything. Because you're not nervous. You've done it too many times to count. You even got out of situations that could have killed you. So you learn from experiences how to get out. So you know it. You're a veteran. But a person who's doing it for the first time, they're in their trailer throwing up. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know, man. I gotta, is there a window? I gotta crawl. I gotta get out of this. I gotta get out of this. You can't get out of your own contract. You have to do this. Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Did you spend the money they gave you? Yeah, I spent the money. I can't do this. I can't do this. There you go. There you go. That's what tells you right there. Right there. Now you see I can come on, I can go in the courtroom and I'm just not nervous. excited, giddy as a schoolgirl with a new dress. I said giddy as a schoolgirl with the new dress. And you know what that means, people? That's a whole lot of giddy. Because I've done this so many times, it's not even funny. I have a ball in court, I do. But for a person who lied about our product and made false statements, you're terrified. I know you're terrified. I even walk up to the table like, how you guys doing over here? That's fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Well, good luck. And you're regretting the decision. You're in the camper right now, throwing up. Regretting the decision, trying to figure a way how to get out of the situation. And I'm on there like, let's do it again. Let's jump. This time we jump the Grand Canyon. I'm jumping it backwards. I'm doing it backwards. I'm definitely doing it backwards. You got to do it backwards. I'm doing it backwards. Not the bike backwards. I'm going to be backwards. I jump over and turn around backwards and wave to the people as I'm going over. And then turn back around and wave to the people on the other side. I had to do something different. We did it so many times. I'm just freaking bored of it now. I'm really bored of it. I had to write my K down. Look at my K. Look at my K. We got a white surface we can do. I want to do a white surface with this. A splatter screen. I want to do a splatter screen. So bad with this stuff. Okay, we got to get off here because I basically went over time. I'm going over time right now. So I need a white surface for this. How dare he? How dare he? How dare he? Alright, we had fun with this. I'm done. I got some other stuff I want to do because I want to mess with some stuff right now, but I had some fun on our screen right there. Our gray screen. Oh, the gray screen. Let's get this down. 4 scores from 7 years old. Bam. I got to do a splatter screen. Definitely. Because the gray screen don't mean jack. We need an all white screen to do splatters on because they give off a better, it gives us a better form of readout on that. You know what I mean? We're gonna turn up the fire. We're gonna bring up the power. Is that your company? It's electric company. That's one of the screens we did. We were just painting it on because I need to see if it worked. So, next one we're going to spray them on. All the new ones are going to be all sprayed on. That was just to see if we could do it. Right, people. Right. You don't have enough charge for this, really? Over here. Ugh. That's midnight. It's a midnight paint. Off midnight. That's midnight. Just as good as my product called midnight. Just as good as my product called. I'm sitting there watching these demonstrations. Come on, I need you to fire up. Yeah, you should have been on. Ugh. Fire! What the frick are we hooked on here? Oh. Fire! I said in more, right? Did I put down in more? I put down in more, right? Yeah, in more. In more. Indeed. Indeed. Let me see. YouTube. Demonstrations. This is actually YouTube. Oh, same thing. Fire screensaver. I understand you gotta do commercial, you gotta make money. I understand, I got you now. I understand. So I got things I wanna do. Got fire in a jar. Fire in a jar, people. Fire in a jar. Look at that. Throw some paper in there. Ho, ho, ho. Paper's on fire, people. Paper's on fire. Paper's on fire, people. Yeah, they hating on me on this demonstration. Like, oh my goodness, he just went from here to there. He just came in and just he's got fire in a jar. Fire in a jar. Oh, I made that shot. I made that shot. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, get our paper out of here. Whew. Whew. Ah, it's hot. Burnt my fingers in there. Almost burnt my fingers in there. Oh, that's good. That's AdTech on there. So bottom line is that coating we have on there is we put it on this. Got an interesting experiment out of that. That's actually, these are tests right here. Now it doesn't make a difference. We spray it on a roll, it doesn't make a difference. We were testing something. So, what did we find out about this interesting test? Ugh. Gotta grab this from all the way back here. Now, we have two of these. Right? This one's a lot smoother than that one. If you notice, it's much smoother than that one. Much smoother than that one, right? So, what's the interesting thing about these tests? Now, tops have to be open on these because we need light to pass through them. Very important that we have that overhead light pass over top. What's so different about these two containers, right? Well, the interesting thing we get from people is they ask us, can we paint sides both? Yeah. Can we paint both sides of the screen? You can't paint both sides of the screen. If you paint both sides of the screen, they cancel out. That's what happens. You'll cancel the screen out. It cancels itself out. Now, if you look at the paint here, we just have one little slither here that's not painted. Everything here is all painted all the way around. So, if we take this, the little slither, and we put it here, now you can see the fire. Where I turn, you can see the fire pop up. See? How the fire pops up right there. But if I take this side, right, and I put it there, now you don't see the fire anymore. Because you know why? That side's painted and this side's painted, which means the light will only transfer on this side. You'll see it on the outside, but it can't penetrate through to hit here. You can't transfer the image through to another side. It stops right there. But an area is not painted like this, so you can see the fire in there with no problem. If I were to turn this, so this part in the clear surface is being seen, now you can see, I got it right on time, there we go, there you can see the fire. That's the kind of test you have to do when you're doing rear projection. So if Rogers was selling a rear projection screen paint, and he told the person, say, hey, can I paint both sides of the screen? And you said yes, that could be a reaction that could have popped up, which means you would have damaged over the surface badly. And rear projection is a different type of surface. This is a transparent surface. Transparent surface costs more than a surface that's non-transparent. If you look at plexiglass, you have transparent and you have non-transparent. Non-transparent is cheaper, transparent is more expensive, especially if they're colored. They're very, very expensive. So you do so much storefront window and they paint both sides of that, you're going to have a lot of issues. Did you explain that in your specification sheet? Did you show it up in the demonstration? No, you didn't, because you don't know what the frick you're doing. They all react this way. It wouldn't have popped up. Excuse me. There's fire in that jar, people. There is fire in that jar. Fire in there. I need to get some marshmallows. Get a shot in there. Oh, that one didn't make it. Oh, yeah. Looks like it's on fire, doesn't it? That's pretty cool, ain't it? Burning down the house. that'd be a great video song for this. That'd be a great song for Burning Down the House. I forgot about that song. It's a really good song. So back in the day, as you see, my music selection is quite wide. I listen to everything. Everything. I listen to classic. I don't like the new rap. I can't stand it. I don't understand it. I like old school rap. I keep to that at the end of the day. But anyway, I listen to everything. Everything. Classic rock. The whole 9 yards. I listen to all that stuff. I'm well rounded when it comes to music. Let me see. All right, people. We've had some fun here. We painted in the screen. I did add more in there. So into the caption, we painted the screen. We had some fun. Naysayers are a little extra angry. They're burning up on the collar. Right now, there's steam coming out of someone's collar right now. But that's your problem at the end of the day. That's no one's problem but yours. If you don't like what I do at the end of the day, this is what you do. You take me to court. You don't want to do that, do you? All right, then. What else do you do? Then you go out and you make a product and you come against me. Which, again, you know what's going to happen with that, right? All right, then. I don't know what to tell you at the end of the day. I've never done that before. I don't basically get jealous of other people's work. I don't do it. It's a waste of time. I'm not into the whole envy nonsense. If I want something, I work hard to get it. If I can't get exactly, I'm happy with getting something close to it. I've just never had that whole jealousy thing. I don't get it. It's sad. But anyway, I don't know what to tell you. But you keep doing the stuff you're doing right now. I mean, heck, don't bother me none. I'm going to take you to court either way. You're going to be in front of a judge. So, same stuff you're doing YouTube, you're going to be in front of a judge with it. So, what do I care? I'm not losing anything in that courtroom. You will. You have to back up everything you said. That's the thing about it. They literally have to back up everything they said on a YouTube channel. That's not going to go well. So, pretty much what you're doing at the end of the day, you're paying me. You're paying me money. You're going to pay me. That's, either way, you're going to get sued. You know what's going to happen. So let's put it this way, by the way. You are just going to pay me. That's what's going to happen. That's it. And if you advertise him all these things at the end of the day, and I can come on here to these demonstrations like this on this many levels, are you kidding me? You're just bringing me money at the end of the day because people will come check me out, see if I am what I am. And those be the demonstrations I do compared to what you do on your channel. You don't do anything what I do on my channel. So you advertise for me for free. You work for me now. Any hater works for me. I can back myself up. Over 12,000 videos on YouTube. Yeah, about 12,000 videos on YouTube. I can back myself up on any level. All right. I appreciate advertising for me. I really do. Oh, by the way, as I said before, I got a showroom coming up. I would appreciate you advertising that for me. I need people to come down and see. I like the doubters. The doubters are the ones that are our best customers. I love those guys at the end of the day. But anyway, yeah, thank you for advertising for me. I appreciate it. I really do. That's kind of interesting, real quick. They advertise for my company, right? They get us orders, and then we turn around and we sue you for basically slandering our products. You pay me twice. Did you know that? You actually pay me twice. It's the truth. You got to go to court and back up this stuff doesn't work. How's that going to work? So you'll advertise. You'll bring people at the end of the day. They'll come over and say, hey, Mr. Bird, I had to come check you out, man. I'd see. Oh, my goodness. You got to be kidding me. I've heard that so many times. It's not even funny. People polite enough to contact and call me. Say, Mr. Bird, I'm in the neighborhood. Would you mind if I come through? Come on through. They know what type of person I am. I'm trained at the end of the day. I'm a very nice person, but I am trained. I am trained with firearms. I'm definitely trained with that. My dad was an ex-Marine, so I was trained at a young age with firearms. Very young age with firearms. And majority of my family's military, so you know how that goes. But anyway, so I'm trained with a weapon. And so are different types of weapons. So just to be nice about it, all right? So people who come see me are very respectful. On top of that, I'm training hand-to-hand combat. If you want to test my skills, you know, we can have a little fun at the court. No problem. But just to tell you that people have been very respectful. They come up to me, they contact me, say, Mr. Brumman, come pop on through. Is it okay? Got your permission? Come on through. No problem. Let's see. They end up getting a person who believed you guys at one point becomes a person of a best friend of mine. I've got people on my friends list that were people that used to be people who followed these guys, and now they're best friends of mine. Because they realized that the individuals that were attacking us were haters at the end of the day, and they were jealous. That's a shame, Mr. Burr. You know what I mean? I believed at one point that your product was this, that, and that. I've seen it for myself. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I can see why they're hating on you. I got this so many times. They become family. They see what kind of person I am. And they see at the end of the day that everything that they do is just nothing but pure jealousy of my products. They're upset and angry and bitter about it. So you've not only bought me customers, but you brought me new friends. I call them family because I call them new family members. You have brought people into my fold who have become believers over seeing my technology. So you've done me nothing but favors. But in the long run, your actions, you're going to pay me twice. You're going to pay me in lawsuits, and you're going to pay me because you're advertising for me. So get the cracking. I'm expecting to see you cry about this. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for them to be on their YouTube channel crying. Go ahead. Come on. Get to work. I like the doubters. I love them. I'm sitting there having this conversation while we got fire on the table. Isn't that interesting? It'd be different if I was up here just talking trash and I couldn't back any of this up, right? But I'm up here backing stuff up while I'm having this conversation. We've got some fire. Bum, 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 bum. We got phone calls to make today. We got a ton of phone calls to make today. Got a ton of phone calls to make today. Yep. So you just bring me business. That's all you do. I have no idea what we're doing with this. I have no idea. We painted this down like I can't even figure out what we're going to do. Oh, get a projector map. This thing I forgot. We got a projector map. We have a projector map fish into it. Because we're making the virtual tanks next week. We're doing the virtual tanks. I literally have to build me a fish tank out of cardboard. I'm actually going to be putting a virtual tank here. A fish tank for display here. So we got to do that. There's that. There's that. Okie doke. I'll get that done. Got so much to do. But anyway, yeah. I know you're going to be in the channel crying about me. I know you are. It's what you do best. You're in the room right now. I know you're in my room right now. And you're listen to what I said. Since you're in my room right now. I know we get haters in there all the time. Listen to me. Go to your channel, cry. That's all you got. You can throw my face up all you want. I don't care. We'll see you in court for everything anyway. I don't care about that. You got to go to court for that anyway, so it don't make a difference. You're going to pay me either way. But as for talk about our products being trash and garbage, go ahead. Talk about it. Come on, man. You bring me business at the end of the day. Got people come down, they see me, they see the technology, and they freaking fall in love with it. The more people that see my technology, the more people hate me at the end of the day. They say your product is nothing but fake. And then keep in mind, where's the websites at? Where's the products? Come on. All right. We got some other stuff to do. Let me see what I want to do next. Because we got so much stuff to do. Should I do the gaming screens right now? I want to do the gaming. So that visible gaming technology on that 1050 looks amazing. But I want to do that one. But then we got that black technology too. On top of that, that black invisible. That stuff is amazing. We got the color paint. With the transparent screen print, we didn't even know where to go with all this. We're having fun, people. We're having fun. Oh, we got this. We got the blackout cloth over there. I don't know what to do. Okay, hold on for a minute. Let's work on this. This is the one he built today. This is the prototype. The prototype. This is the prototype. We're working on. The prototype, people. The prototype. Kabam! The prototype. That's why we build all this weird stuff, because we're basically testing stuff at the end of the day. Well, Dad taught me to shoot at an early age. My mom was against it on every freaking level whatsoever. She's not a person of guns. He's a person of guns. Yeah, she was against it. And said, well, you gotta learn to survive, you know what I mean? You know, the grid, he was always on the grid collapsing. Grid collapsing, you know, everybody be out there fending for themselves. He should know how to hunt and fish and survive and all that stuff like that. He should know this. He needs to know this. He won that argument. He definitely did. So, there we go. Definitely won the argument, right? Now, what would it look like with this one? Strange. Just several things. That's why we got the back surface here for basically testing it out. But somewhere along the line, I stopped carrying. And the reason why I stopped, I do carry non-lethals. That's what I carry now. Rubber bullets and pepper rounds. That's what I carry now. Because, I'm sitting in the car, and, I usually carry either dum-dums, hollow points, or Teflons. So I usually like to carry. And, well, you don't use dragon breath. You're going to lose your mind using that. That's just downright overkill on some levels. It's not even fun. I mean, it's interesting to watch, I'll tell you that much. It really is interesting to watch. But anyway, yeah, so I'm sitting in the car one day, and I'm thinking, like, man, if I shoot somebody and I kill them, and I'm talking about self-defense. I don't pull my firearm unless I feel like my life is seriously in danger. I don't care. You can even show your weapon. You haven't got it out of your holster, there's no reason for me to pull mine. It's not necessary. But if I kill somebody, that means I have ended someone's ability to go to heaven. You got to think about that kind of stuff. Like, I'm going to be responsible for somebody not going to heaven. Even if that person was trying to kill me, again, I'm responsible for them not making it to heaven. I don't want to be that person. So I invested in non-lethals. That's what I invested in. There's a company I checked out up in California that has these non-lethal rounds, and that's what I carry. Because I don't have to worry about killing anybody. I can put a person down, you know what I mean? They don't die. They get a second chance at life. Maybe getting hit with a rubber bullet may change someone's life at the end of the day. Go, hey, you know what? I got to change my life. This crap hurts. Yep. So that's what I changed it out to. All the other stuff now just stay in the lockbox. I don't bother with it. I'm not going to be responsible with that. I don't want that over my head. But there you're back. Yeah, so I advise people like, okay, so they want to carry, but there you're back. Yeah, so I advise a firearm and they don't want to hurt anybody, get non-lethals. That's what you carry, non-lethals. And they can go right through the airport and all that stuff like that, because it's not really it's a weapon that's, it's not really, it's a gun, but, you're not going to go through the hassle of actually having a firearm at the end of the day. Now, if you hit somebody with that, you still can go to jail. If you don't have that, you did it on purposely to hurt somebody, yeah, you're going to jail. You're definitely going to jail. Like any other weapon, you're going to jail. But women, at the end of the day, you don't feel comfortable with carrying a firearm, get non-lethals. Get them. That's what you carry on you. It's just like a gun, too. They got them in different colors if you want, but, you can get them in pink, green, whatever colors you want. Decal stickers, whatever. You're going to do it at the end of the day. But you can get one of those black professional, and they do fit regular holsters, and you can carry it. And they do fit regular holsters, and you can carry it. Got my sister carrying one. She carries one. There we go. Bam. Because the crybaby, you gotta be careful. We got crybabies on here. Crybabies will go, oh my goodness, he threatened to kill someone. I gotta call 911 and have him arrested. Oh my goodness, that's where little Karen's. Hey, like I said, where you're going at the end of the day, stop doing all that nonsense. You're gonna find out the hard way. And you're in jail talking about, oh, I saw him. He took the cigarettes. Yeah, don't go do dumb stuff like that. Where are we at on this? Oh, we got the mouse over here. We're on this one. All right. Now, what formula is this? This is something we're testing right now. This is all test. Right now, we're testing this. Something we're testing. Let me see. And those of you thinking that, does he take anything seriously? Yeah, we do. You see the stuff we build here on a regular basis? There's a Halo system sitting over there in the corner I gotta go test out. Take everything seriously. We just like it. We can have fun. We know our stuff. Gotta know your stuff. Gotta have fun with it. Is this rear? Yes, this is rear. Actually, this transfers to the other end. But the problem is, if this transfers to the other end, guess what else is coming with it? Lens glare will come definitely with it. What would this be used for? I don't even know yet. We know that the acoustic's different. So this is a different type of surface. The surface is completely different. This is, the acoustic screens are knit a little bit more tighter together, where it gives it a more solid image, where you're basing it on the image that's transferring through it, not so much. So they're good for this. This one's actually kind of like a microfine kind of acoustic, microfine kind of material. It's more transparent. Let's get something that have more of an interesting impact. Let me see. Let me see. 4K fish tank. So we're testing out different surfaces of mesh. How does different surfaces of mesh react? And we have to test everything under this stuff. See how the image becomes more visible due to the fact that we just put a surface wall or something behind it? This gets you in the field of building screens, on how you design your screens, how your formula reacts to different environments and different screens and different surfaces and all that stuff. That's why you're required to go do all this testing. And if you find that boring and you don't want to do that, then don't take people's money at the end of the day. That's what you don't do. There are going to be some days you're going to be freaking bored out of your freaking skull. Like, oh my goodness, if I do this one more time, I'm going to freaking lose my marbles. But you will. You will do it again and 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 again. But right now, me dreading to go on the website right now because I know what websites do to me. I know I'm going to be there for 4 freaking hours on there. I know I'm going to be on there, but I got to be on there to update. So, I got to be on there. For the wrong one. Let's see. MMD dancing black background. I don't know what they're trying to give me. Give me MMD to give me something completely different that I did not ask for. Oh man, I tell you. Work. Test. Test. Work. Test. Work. Test. Did we even give an ask for? I said MMD dancing background black. Here we go. There's something here. This is definitely heavy. This is definitely medium. So I need something here. What do we got? Like this cardboard here? Cardboard. And a cardboard here? Gee whiz. Yeah, so much stuff in here. We never have anything that we need. You're not. So right there. Just need to see this for a minute. What reaction we get from that. What's that other bottle we have over here? Another bottle here. Let me see. Give me a call. There we go. That's the word seizure written all over it. Let's see. So we're just gonna stand there? We're just not gonna move? Oh, they do move. Okay. We're just gonna stand there, we're just not gonna move. Okay, let me see. Sorry, naysayer, I can't entertain you right now. I'm busy, I'm working. Didn't realize that we got that much technology. We got a lot more than that, a whole lot more than that. This is nothing compared to what we're building. That's why I can easily come on here and say what I need to say, and then come on here and show you something completely different. That's interesting. When you catch up, let us know. Now, let me see. I need to go over to, let me see, from here. 4K fish tank. So we're just going to insert a fish tank. We'll take this one right here. This will work. Yes. Interesting. Okay. This is definitely going to be testing. That right there. Whew. I got 13 different forms of fabrics I got to test. 13 different forms of fabrics on multiple different levels of this technology we have over here. We have to see how it reacts to fabric. We're building acoustic screens pretty soon. So I need to know how this stuff is going to work on the acoustic screens. And the acoustic screens that we're making come with the frames, which means that you don't have to worry about what to put it on, because we actually have a frame system that comes with it that you can actually assemble and put together yourself. Even the surface, it's going to be custom made, nothing you can buy at the store. As a sleeve system, we can slide the frame into it and connect it up. I think I talked about that in one of our demonstrations. I definitely want to play around with the fire for a little bit. I'm going to do some demonstrations on the fire. I'm going to go, oh, I forgot. I got to upload videos over to Facebook today. I got to get over there and get those videos uploaded. Man, I'm going to get that done, get this done. Definitely going to play at the fire bowl for a little bit. Definitely going to play at that. That's a nice, cool demonstration to do. And let me see. I'm going to bring Big Boy Center for that one. So for that, it's going to be Big Boys. So this over here. And that's why I said that you're really busy. You've got a lot to do. You got a real product at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you got a real product. You're doing a real. Oh, I forgot I need this right here. I'm actually building me a portable desk fan. And you're really busy. You don't have time to be making memes and all that dumb nonsense. But you have work to do. You got too much testing you have to do. Now, for those that sit there and say, but I'm working as I do it. I can come out here and say their products suck from sun up to sundown, but I'm working when I do it. I'm showing results in technology as I do it. Them, on the other hand, they're just talking trash. They're not showing anything at the end of the day. Gotta explain this one more time. We have your cancel receipts. I've had one person take a label off a container and send it to us because they didn't want to go against our product. So come on, man. Gracious. You know, when you gotta sneak the tactics like doxing and threats and all that stuff like that, you are really afraid of someone's product. But we hope you do that. You know why? Because we're gonna find you and get you in the courtroom, and take all your stuff from you. That's what's going to happen, and possibly some jail time. It ain't hurting me at the end of the day. I can walk into any police station, I can tell them exactly what's on the blacklist. Can you walk into a police station and tell them what's on the blacklist? No, you can't. You broke the law. That's why. That's why we got a police report on one of them right now. Actually, police report on two of them got police reports on. And I got to call Baltimore Police and get that. As a matter of fact, I got to be down to the police station to pick up that document, so I can basically contact Baltimore Police to send that document over to them, and then send those documents over to their building to let them know that we just filed charges against Mr. Williams for his actions. And after that goes down, we can show that clarity that he was found guilty in the building. He was removed from the building and hopefully arrested on the spot for his actions. We proceed next with the lawsuit. You can't get any more easier than that. The fact that the guy wrote his handwritings on multiple letters, and he put his address down there, and his fingerprints on the inside. Like, man, your mom just basically wrote all his information on a piece of cardboard and stood in front of a camera. Like, here, this is who I am. Somebody was sitting there laughing, like, what made him think you weren't going to find him? I don't know. Maybe he thought I was going to find him. I don't know. I don't even know how it even works. Anyway. I'm going to sit there and post the address here. You post the address here, how would that hurt me at the end of the day? Let's be frank here. How would posting the address here? It's an office. People at City Hall know where I'm at. People at the FBI know where I'm at. Everybody knows where I'm at. I'm in this office where I work at. So how in the world would that harm me? We got people coming in here to see the technology. So how would that harm me? Didn't we do this already? We did this in Haventown. Remember, you posted my address. Did you guys come down and visit me? You didn't, did you? Any place I've been at, you never came and visited me, did you? Nope. Not at all, period. All right, then. So that's a bunch of crap at the end of the day. But we're in an office. So you're advertising my office. It doesn't do any bad. People contact me. If they want to come down and see, they go through security checkpoints to come through here, because there are security checkpoints before you can walk up in this place. And again, you do something stupid, FBI the street, police are all connected up in here, and they know this building. So you'll be arrested right on the spot, and I will prosecute you. So, easy. So, again, most people are coming down are people at the end of the day that want to see the technology. And you're making me money. So, thank you for that. But also on top of that, so that's not a bother to me. But if I have your address at the end of the day, that's a different story. If I have your address, because we can prove to the individuals that you rent to that you've committed crimes in your building, and we can get you an eviction notice out of your building, which I'm doing now to one person. The second person, we think we know where Fernando's landlord's at, because he's been hiding. He's been a really hard person to dig up. Why? Because maybe he's doing something in that building he's not supposed to be doing, and Fernando's proof of what he's doing in the building he's not supposed to be doing. And with that being said, that's the reason why we've had a hard time tracking him. But we got lead on where he's at. And now we know what he knows at the end of the day. So why do you think he doesn't want to be found? Even the building, when you look it up, because they found the building, they know where it's at, but the building's not listed anywhere. It's not like when you say like so-and-so, Julian's apartments or Town Square apartment, it's not listed that way at all. It's just there. So it's almost kind of like the listing was removed on what it's called. But yeah, we figured out everything from there. Who hides a building? I raised a lot of red flags right there. Who would hide a building? So now, Mr. Fernando, you got some interesting people looking into this, trying to figure out why this building is not coming up the way it's supposed to be coming up. You find this building, any building I go into, you can find it. I could have had a hard time finding that building. Even when the process server got there, he said, what the frick is this place called? So, why are they hiding the building? And why are we having a difficult time tracking down this landlord? Even at that, he got a fake guy to contact us to make it sound like he was a landlord. Why would you be hiding that? Even bigger picture, why don't you want your real landlord to talk to us? because you already know there's going to be problems. I guarantee you they probably gave him the whole speech in 9 yards. Don't make any trouble while you're here. This, that, and the other, so and so and so. You know, I'm giving you a chance. I guarantee you. I bet you. I bet you. But we'll find out. My buddy will have his address very soon, and I can send him out a nice letter. We can have a nice little talk and finally get a chance to talk to the real one and figure out what's going on there. And inform him about this whole LLC nonsense, because I'm pretty sure, oh heck no, he's going to be ticked on that one. I'm going to go on the limb here with this one. I'm going to go on the limb when I say this, but I think it's actually true. Everybody's rented before. We've all rented. Everybody's rented. You know the procedures of what they require when you rent. First, you need a state ID. You need your social security number. You need all that. When you rent out any place, you need that social security number, all that stuff in the door. You want to make sure you're who you are. That's what they want. So with that being said, if you're undocumented, you don't have like a social security number, you wouldn't have that at all, period. And you would need that. You need that to go anywhere. You need that freaking to rent a freaking storage unit. You need that social security number and state ID. You get a storage unit. So with that being said, and you need a social security number to get a state ID. We already know how that one works at the end of the day. So with that, without those proper requirements, you would have to find a place that would not ask a lot of questions. This explains why, like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's not conclusive. It is what it is. So, if you got an LLC, does an LLC require? No, it doesn't work at all, period. You can apply with them online. You just got to tell the truth in the documents. You can't lie about things because it'll come back to bite you. But you don't need all that stuff for an LLC. A business license, yes. If you're going to apply for a business license, you would need all that stuff for business license, but not for an LLC. So, but the document's still legit. You can't lie on it. But anyway, and he put his company's name on that address. This is going to trigger his landlord big time. Because again, he took a risk by bringing him in the building. And you put an LLC on my building's name and then committed perjury in the process of it all, I'm going to get slammed. He's going to get slammed with that crap. Because they're going to go digging around in his building now because they're trying to track him down for him to get the statement due date, and they can't figure out why he's not responding back, because I guarantee he's not responding back. And they're going to dig around and find out that his business is in an apartment. And on the apartment, it sits on top of the owner of the building. And guess who have to contact? You have to contact the owner. So you can figure out where he's at. If he's still there, if he's still renting, they can get all that information from him. And you're talking about the government at the end of the day. That's government. That's federal at the end of the day. So I guarantee you, it's going to be out in the open. And then we got a control number behind it. That's going to pop up because that was already registered. The landlord's going to be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. I guarantee he told him to stay low and just chill. I bet you he probably doesn't even know half the stuff he's done. Because I'm thinking at the end of the day that maybe the landlord knows what he's doing. But no, the landlord wouldn't know what he's doing. Because again, that would get the landlord in some serious trouble. When you got somebody in there that's undocumented, I could get him in a ton of trouble. And that's why some people, when they try to cut you a break, when they try to do something nice for you, and they say, look, I'm going to do something for you. I'm putting my neck out here for you. Don't do anything stupid. Don't mess me up. He messed him up. He messed him up big time. Because again, I told you, this guy doesn't care about anybody but himself. He threw his own family underneath for breaking under a truck. He only cared when they increased this order. If I'm a man, I got kids. Say I'm carrying them, get some trouble on YouTube. And say that company sends me a cease and desist order, say they're going to sue me at the end of the day, right? Am I going to continue on with these people? No. I'm going to basically cut that off. You know why? Because my family comes first. Whatever. If the guy want to talk about trash, let him talk trash in the day. But at the end of the day, you ain't suing me. You're not taking out of my kid's mouth. It ain't going to happen. I'm going to defend my family. It's my job. He couldn't even defend his own family. He just kept on going with it. I'm curious to see how his wife is going to feel that she knows about it, and that's another thing too. They're questioning how much did she know he was doing, because they figured out that she knew about this and didn't stop that. You know, basically you can become accessory for that. You know that, right? And if you are with a group of people and they attack somebody, and you have the ability to stop this from happening, and even if you get hurt in the process, it still shows that you did something to stop it. You're not going to receive the jail time they're going to receive. But by doing nothing, you can get time for that. By sitting back and doing nothing. Because you could have prevented it. At least stopped something. But they consider you to be part of the crowd. So we can get her on that. So they're going to ask her, how much of this activity, you live with this guy. This is your husband at the end of the day. How much did you know? And if we found out she knew he was doing this, that, and the other, and nothing was done, well, chances are you're going to file a lawsuit against her too also. She'll be in the same group. And hopefully, and I hate to put it this way, people, but it's got to be said. Now, they can take it in the way of anger or whatever. Look, when you came over here, you should have kept your nose clean. I would have kept such a low profile at the end of the day. No one would have even knew I even freaking existed. I would have Assassin's Creed my whole entire profile. You would have never known. I would have gotten any trouble, would have did my job. Okay, it's right here. I think I'm doing invisible screens. I haven't done visible screens in a while. And before you go screaming about this and the other, you are an embarrassment to your own people. Because again, I said before, it makes his own people look bad. Can't get mad at other people for your actions. The consequences behind this, didn't want to mention it too much, but if they hit that place, they're going to go through all of them. They're going to see which ones have documents and which ones don't. And his wife can get caught up in that mess. You were doing all this stuff to begin with. Wouldn't you think this is one of the things that could have popped up and could have happened? If you know you're not documented to be here, why would you do all that dumb stuff to begin with? Why do all that dumb stuff? That's just stupid. I think I'm going to do the invisible. But I want the invisible to be out in the middle. I need to do something like that. Yeah, once. Oh, I'm so sorry. Come on, you got to be out. Don't do anything weird on camera. Please. Like, I know you talk when you do it. Weirdest stuff about the think of. Let me see how this will work. So this is going to fit like so. Do we even need this? Do we need the stilts? I don't think we do. I want this closer to the light. That's what I want. I think we're going to have to put something underneath this. Tilt it up just a little bit. But I definitely want this next set of lights as much as I possibly can. So let's see what we got to do with that. I don't want you, I told you, don't start. Leave the back of the pen. Don't start. Do not start. Nope. It's there, it's not there. I need to be a little bit higher up. Alright. That looks about right. I'm dead serious. I'm doing it stupid. I'm dead serious. Nobody wants to see it on camera. I don't even want to see it on camera. First thing you're doing, go right back in. See? You gotta just drag with me. Oh, the lights. First thing you're doing, No. Alright, let me see. That's got to be fixed now. Get on to fixing that. I'm getting rid of the rope. The floor, I'm definitely getting rid of the rope for the floor. This is driving me nuts. I'll have to put in a different rope. I'm going to the trace light system that's going to link this to, and the, I'm going to do it a different way, but I got to get rid of the rope system. It's driving me nuts. Definitely driving me nuts. Okay, let me see what I got to do next here. That's there. What do we need for that? We need a light system. I need those lights. I'm going to take myself a fold-up table. I need to buy a fold-up table. I'm not going to take out my box, set it up. Yeah, I'm going to get a fold-up table. I need to grab one of those. Let me see. I'm going around in circles here. These screens. Definitely not going to do well. No need for you to be hopping around 100 miles an hour, buddy. I need your speed demon techniques. Something I got to figure out. More testing to do. Alright, that seems sturdy. Tilting more? Sheesh. We are tilting more. I need this to stay. That's too long. It's not going to do it. That's way too long. We need something else. That's way too light. It's not going to work. When we dying, batteries dying on the phone. Always something. Yeah. The light setting is perfect, but screen wants to fight me. I want to stay. So I need more cords, which I do not have. Going to keep you in balance and check. Look at these right here. These are sturdy, but I don't know if these are rocky. This is going to cause it to move forward. even better. Actually, it's better. Definitely closer to the light, I'll tell you that much. That's way up there. Okay. It's definitely up there. Alright, next stage. Where's the projector got to be at the head of that? I don't think lunch is going to reach there. We can get it there. Godzilla doesn't walk over and ram its head into it because he's always rammed his into something. Ain't that right, Mr. Godzilla? Roar! Roar! Mr. Godzilla. It's roar! Oh, give me a couple. Oh, he's got one. It's got to be that one. Get up there. This day. Ish. Gotta be a jerk, don't you? I'm not sure. Yep. So I'm hoping when we get to the point where I get my showroom in, I'm hoping they advertise for me. Bring as many doubters as you can. By the door, they put something called hater tissues. You're more than welcome to come down to the showroom and see the technology. I look forward to seeing you. Make sure you know who you are when you see you come through. It's free advertisement. Why not? I think that's going to be our slogan. If you don't believe us, come on down. I cannot wait. All right, let me see. Can nail that. Okay. If you don't believe me, just come on down to Kenny's Projector Screens. Kenny's Projector Screens. Kenny's Projector Screens. Located at I-95, off the corner of Washington. Dun, 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 dun. That's right near the man, this technology just is insane. That's what I was doing over here, man. Thinking about doing something crazy. This is what we do. This is what we do. What they say? You don't do things because they're easy, you do things because they're hard. That's actually a real president actually quoted that. You're a jerk, by the way.
You know I'm busy. Any other time you can do this, but you know I'm busy. You're a jerk.
You're definitely a jerk. You are a jerk. He does some jerk stuff. You have no idea how chocolate can be a jerk sometimes. It really can be. Always doing something weird. Alright, people. Look at that. That's right over top those high performance, crazy bright lights. See, gentlemen, sitting today. This is why they don't like me. This is people, this is why the haters can't stand me. This is why they can't stand me. Because I'll get on here and I'll talk, right? But I'll be back to myself. I'll just show you some burning fire in the container. Show you some mesh technology. Show you how easy it is to paint our products down to a surface. Just like that. Show you the results we got from that on a 300 lumen projector. Got the projector at 2500 lumens. Got to sit back on the distance. And got the screen. Come on, have fun. Okay, there we go. That's the reason why they can't stand me. Because, see, like you guys get on your channel, you just talk trash. You show video recordings of my stuff and try to make it look bad. I don't know how that's going to work out for you. By the way, you know you get sued for that, right? Yeah, it's defamation, by the way. I'm definitely suing you for that. I collected a lot of those videos like that. Have you taken our videos and altering to make them look a certain way? You better hope you do the same thing. The screen does the same thing in a courtroom. If not, it's going to cost you a shirt. All right, then. Just so you know, we'll let you know. Don't act shocked when you see the videos pop up in court. But anyway, so I'll come on here and I'll talk. And let's say I already talk a lot of trash in the day. I talk a lot of hot air. I back up everything I do. How about you guys back your stuff up? Oh, you don't? I'll take your company to court. You'll back it up. It's going to cost you a lot of money. Consumer fraud. All right, then. All right, so with that being said, I come on here, have my fun, joke, laugh, and all that good stuff, but I can back up what I do. Did you see me rehearse this? Did I set all this up, rehearse it, dim the lights just right, bring in a high-power projector, fake the entire environment, put little lights around the back? You don't see me do that. I do this stuff right on camera in front of everybody. You see me swap out projectors. We just drop from 300 to 2500. We swap out in the middle of demonstrations. Nothing's rehearsed. We just do it as we go along. Because we don't rehearse stuff at the end of the day. I don't believe in fake demonstrations. If you were to show your product in a courtroom and we got this much light firing off in a courtroom, what are you going to do? Tell them to dim the lights? Not us. Man, that's why they don't like me. They said, man, he just come on there. I do what I do. That's what I do. Look at that. Oh, that light burn. Oh. That's when a $50 projector. And you got people spend $3 grand for a projector and they can't even do that. Gentlemen, this is where it's going to hurt. It's about to hurt pretty bad right now. You know what I'm about to do, right? You know what I'm about to do. I feel like this is wrestling for some reason. It feels like wrestling to me. You know what I got to do. You know what I got to do. I'm going to turn on the halo system. That's what I'm about to do. You're about to get turned into vapor dust. I feel like we're wrestling at the end of the day, Macho Man and all at the end of the day, they're talking all this trash. You got to bring out the people's paintbrush and go down, brother. Go down. So you've been talking a lot of trash for a really long time. And it's time for us to bring it to the reckoning. To bring it to the people. To bring it to the courts. To show that we are number one. And I guarantee, brother, when we walk into that ring, it'll be the last thing you ever see is me walking out with the title, the belt, champions, the champions. Something that you can't say. The champions. Woo! Top, I'm hyped up. I love this stuff. You have no idea how hyped up I get over this, man. When I can push my technology like that, when I can do something like crazy to it like that, and it still comes back and says, what you got next? I love that. Well, you guys are scared of your products at the end of the day. You're afraid if you turn on any lights in your environment, your screen may disappear. I think I've seen your screen on a milk box somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. Got an idea. I'm literally going to put your screen on a milk box. Have you seen me? Have you seen me? I'm put you in a milk box. None of why they stopped doing that too. It was depressing. It was sad because you see people that were missing at the end of the day, and you're having cereal, but you know you feel guilty, but you know they stopped doing it. That's why. Other than that, That's when people make the crack the joke. Young generation don't get it, but older generation just pick it up when they say it. Like, yeah, keep it up. You end up on the milk box, and they're like, what the freak does that mean? Like, yeah, you had to be there in the era to know it. But anyway, I'm gonna put your screen pin on the milk box. Have you seen me? Have you seen me? No, not the milk box. Put it on a box of light bulbs. A box of light bulbs. Have you seen me? You got that. You should call your paint blade screen paint, designed to be used in the dark. Vampire approved. Vampire approved. 100%. All right, let's get these lights on. I'm having to get. I knew it. Taco. See, I told you. Look, I told you. Mr. Shenanigans. That literally should have been his nickname right there. It's Mr. Shenanigans. He's right up in that corner trying to get up in here, trying to knock things over. Keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. I want to do this. Get this thing put up here real quick. I worked really hard to do it. You mess it up, you're going to be in that little area. All right, let me see. Let's get a halo system up here, because that's what we're supposed to do. And customers, that's what you should be expecting at the end of the day. You know? See the time? What? Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We gotta get videos on this. What? Get it go. Look at they mad already. They upset. I told you I need something to be angry about. Look, haters at the end of the day. Did I not say yesterday I'm gonna give you something to cry about? You wanna cry about stuff? I'll give you something to cry about. This is your challenge today. I expect to be completed in 2 days. You want something to cry about? I'll give you something to cry about. You want to complain about? I'll give you something to complain about. You want me to raise the bar? I will seriously raise the bar so high it'd be virtually impossible for you to be touched. You can't touch where we're at now. But this new technology we have, this is 15%. This is ad tech. You really want to go against an ad tech? I will raise that bar literally so high it'd be virtually impossible for you to even think about touching it. On how high we can raise it. That's a 15% technology sitting over there. It has that kind of power attached to it. That halo system is not sitting on the outside in a dark environment. It's actually behind the screen. And that screen's just looking at me like, that's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you got. Did you know I was going to do this? No, we didn't know I was going to do this. We just do stuff randomly like this for on purpose because we like to do this because we know what the technology can do. You can't do this because you have to rehearse your environment. You have to control where your lights go because if you don't, your system will wash out completely. Anybody in England think I'm mocking your accent? No, you already know the dwarf about your accents. I freaking love your accent. If I could, I wish I could talk like you all day long. I want the old school. I want to learn the old school lingo because they got this old school where they talk to on top of that. I want to learn it. Oh, I got a friend in England. Then they had a couple friends in England. I didn't make contact with them. I love their accents. Accents are gorgeous. I spent a couple of years in England. I spent about 3 or 4 years in England. I spent a couple of years in England. I like England. I do. I don't mind the cloudy days and all that. That's England right there, man. That's the beautiful thing about it, man. They got that beautiful fog, that misty cloud. It's something about it. It's just so historical, so beautiful. Especially if you hit a street that got the original cobblestone. They got a lot of the original old buildings in there. That's one thing I respect about that part. You know what I mean? In Philadelphia, they tore down a lot of the old historical buildings. They got rid of a lot of them, man. They put up these new high-tech buildings, and it just looks so tacky. Philadelphia is a historical city, but you're seeing a lot of the newer buildings get replaced with these high-end. It's just, man, it takes away from the environment. But they're in London, man. They've got some beautiful neighborhoods in there, man. Still, it kind of reminds me of like Mary Poppins, that kind of scenery like that. It's magical. It's whimsical. I freaking love it. That's why some cities at the end of the day don't get rid of your old buildings at all. That's your history right there. The people who built those buildings, you can never get that back, ever. Those people have gone, passed on. Hopefully, God forbid, they've seen God. But again, that's a craftsmanship. They don't study today. You haven't seen them. You see how they build buildings today? Oh, please. I would never have anybody build my place like that, ever. I'd rather try to find those old craftsmanship for those places. Those places can catch on fire and they'll still be there. The shell will be there. These new buildings today catch on fire, they're gone. They're gone. Stack of cards. I told you about the time we had a fire next door. We had a firewall. That's the only reason why our building didn't burn out. We had a firewall. All the buildings in that block were all firewalls. Old-fashioned built 1700 buildings. That era. And then the fire department, they came and said, thank God it's these, because the ones they built down the street were the new ones that, man, that whole one building gun, they all go. It's like lighting a box of matches, lighting a match and sticking it in a box of matches. They're all plastic. Plywood, plastic, all that stuff. One go down, the other one go down. They don't got a firewall between those buildings at all. You can kick that door, the other door right on the other end. My brother got a house like that. $500,000 he paid for a house. I'm like, what did you pay for? Yeah. Stack of cards. I think it made an old-fashioned house, 1700, 1800s. Some house that's built cobblestone, all that. Those are houses that catch on fire. Everything may burn inside your house, but I bet you the structure is still there. Now today, yeah, right. Ain't no way in the world. But anyway, look at that. Look at the power. Look at the power. Look at the power. So that means when we walked into the ring, we did what we had to do, right? Now we walk out with it. But I'm going to get myself a belt. I'm going to get myself a belt with my company's name on it. I'll get myself a belt. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. Come on. Now, mad. Now, I told you. Didn't I say yesterday I was going to give you something to be angry about? Are they mad about this? They're going to take my video and try to make it a little darker. That's what they're going to do. That's what they usually do. But don't worry, I got somebody collecting your information anyway. So don't make a difference. We're going to have you in court either way. You can do all the videos you want. I'm still going to sue you for every last one of them. So go ahead, knock yourself out. And if you don't have any money, we're still going to sue you. Don't care. But anyway, as I said, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I got to come up with the whole Macho Man thing. I like how Macho Man, I swear, if Macho Man was alive, I would have him advertise for my company. I loved his energy. Loved his energy. And so I would love to have Macho Man advertise for our technology. Maybe I can get a Macho Man, like, impersonator. It would be nice. It would be nice. It would be nice. That'd be nice. In the day. We just had somebody dress up, like a guy dress up in the costume and their paint, put him in the rings. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! You're about to get me to the bullet point! Come on, they say you can't be mad. We back ourselves up, come on. We back ourselves up. You gotta admit it. We back it up, don't we? Did I say anything in the demonstration about doing this? I just did that out of nowhere, right? Out of nowhere, just out of nowhere. Like, I want to see a demonstration. You guys turn on your gray screens, put all the lights on, and just show a star field on your demonstrations. Take it outside. Show us outside. Show that projector outside. Just all star field, contrast down, all stuff your screens on. But let's just see all that. Just see it. Swap it out. Put in a 300 lumen projector, fully lit environment, 50 lumen, fully lit environment. Show us that. Can't do it. Stuff is hurt. You should be sitting in the dark with lights behind the back of your screen. So those lights we have right there, those are 6000 fusion white cold. And the white lights are different. They're much higher and brighter. They make a version that's warm. The warm versions are the ones you see in the demonstrations. They're actually a little bit, they give off light, but not the light that would basically affect the screen. That stuff would affect the screen. And the Halo system, which somebody tried to do the same thing we're doing, which was a fail, Halo systems are about 500 watts. That's basically about it. You can't have those lights on the Halo system. You will go blind. Those lights actually hurt. They're that bright. So they can't put those. So that failed. They try to do the same thing we're trying to do. Or I got the same thing. I got the same. You don't got Jack. Or Jill. Or even the hill they fell down. Not even the tumble. You ain't got nothing. Let's go play around with this and have some fun with this. We should have a Coke bottle on this. It's the transparent screen, by the way. Have a Coke and a smoke. Oh, people. Anywhere we want with this. This is that tech. This technology is designed to replace TVs. That's what we're engineered for. Forget the other screens. You can't keep it. This. We can turn your gray screen, discolor it, draw color out of it, turn your screen dark. This thing will do all kinds of stuff with your screen. You lay against this, your screen will not look the same way ever again. This is our flagship technology. And these things can replace TVs very easily. and it costs nothing. The projectors are extremely cheap to do it. That's the whole purpose of it. Replacing the TVs are way too expensive. They're way too expensive. LG has a transparent screen, 77 inches transparent screen. And we have it right here. Our technology, far less than what they're going to charge for that TV at the end of the day. Far less. Well, good luck with that, LG. That TV is god awful expensive. Yes, very, very, very expensive. See? Yep. I seen that thing. I did the research on that TV. That TV's freaking like something like that's $6,000. They want a lot of money for it. I'll tell you that much. They want a lot of money for that TV. And the difference is they don't have a halo system behind the back of it at all, period. The light's a little dim behind that screen. So they don't actually have lighting behind the back of the screen. You would think they work for a TV, but they don't have it. Where ours, when I looked at the LG, because I was in the forum site with the LG, and I was looking at it, and they had the screen there. It's you can look right through it. It's a TV and all. But the problem is that there's no light system behind it. The lights are on one side and the other side, and they have shades on them, which means that if they're blocking the light from hitting the screen, they're like, once you take the shades off and stick them behind the screen, and they can't do it because the screen would have all kinds of problems. On top of that, their screens they have where they're sitting at, there's no lights over top of their screens. So that tells us from the door there can be complications in there. Our demonstrations, we can have a halo system inside the screen that wouldn't affect it in any way whatsoever, and we can have it right up next to this. So the lights wouldn't have any issues at all. Black background, beta fish. I put the Pepsi bottle up there so you can see exactly how transparent the technology is. So instead of customers going out and spending all this money for this expensive TV at the end of the day, our technology allows you to have that luxury for far, far less. Like I said, you think a person who works minimum wage, who works part-time, can afford that $77 TV that they have from LG? No. The TV is extremely expensive. They can afford our technology. And it would cost them far less. And that thing can go outside. Heck, that thing can pierce sunlight if it wants. Because that's the ad tech. So that's what I mean by even in the playing field. Now, we're never going to get people at the end of the day, they're going to cry, whine, complain. That's what they're supposed to do. That's their job. They're haters. That's their job. They're supposed to do that. But at the end of the day, gentlemen, we got things to do. We have people to develop true technology for, not that trash that you've been churning out every day. Not that nonsense. Same dark environment, same projector, over and over and over again. Nobody's been sitting in some dark environment all day long, especially for something I just paid $3,300 for. I definitely want to be sitting in a dark environment. Fernando, you already know from the door. That's the person Pro Screen Paint product. For those you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, every demonstration in a dark environment. Good gracious, man. If I was if you, no, yeah, that's just what that is. The projector's sitting right on top of the screen for on the sides. Lights peppered out the back and the front. All that's been basically, it's a rehearsed environment. Quality. Quality. Do you even know how to spell quality? At that, no quality is on the screen? That's not quality. You matched the house paint, for goodness sakes. Where's the quality there? And yes, my drilling is to the roof. You know why? Because look what we're doing. We got the lights over top. We got the halo system in there. Do you think I doubt on camera? We're in a live stream right now. Do you know that? We're in a live stream. Did you know that? We're in a live stream right now. I'm having fun. So, you know, you hear my voice. I'm having a ball. But we're in a live stream right now. And I came over here and I put the halo system knowing that this would stress the screen out even more. What if it failed? What if it didn't work? This is the closest we ever had this screen sitting up next to those lights over there. So what if it didn't work? They would have been playing it safe, right? They would have been reckless, right? That's what we like, reckless at the end of the day. We like to know that we can push our technology at every level we can possibly think of. That means any environment that I walk in, this screen is going to destroy that environment. It's going to do exactly what it's designed to do. We like the odds. I love it when the odds are against me. I love it. That makes me work so much harder. That brings me so much excitement. That brings me so much happiness. You have no idea how happy I am right now. Oh, it fell over. Let's see if we destroyed it. Ah. And look at this. Nothing. Does this bother me? No. How did we fall back? Oh, we should have did it this way. My fault. That's my fault. Let's go put it back up. Hey, which way we're in there? Upside down. Still works. I gotta go pick up some Velcro strips next. We're definitely gonna be picking up a table. Oh, no. No. We got better idea. Way better idea. Better idea. Way better idea. I got a better idea. We're gonna build it today. I think we got enough food to build it today. We're gonna build it today. We're gonna build it today. We're gonna build it today. All right, we're definitely gonna build it today. All right, got an idea from that. Oh, what's this? Did we pull off from here? Oh, we did make it all together. You want to see that? Oh, he's over there. Well, not your fault, Taco. But I got an idea. In that. Got an idea what I want to do. I'm tall, but we have to make it hit that. I need to hit that. I just got a better idea. A better idea. Oh, you see what it fell off at the end of the day? That thing's indestructible. It's not going to get damaged. We built that thing. There's no way we can break one of those things. It's built. But you're probably thinking, oh, but it fell. That's funny. No, we don't care about that. You know what stuff I've dropped and broken in demonstrations? A lot of stuff. But anyway, from that, I got a great idea. You know, when you have inventors that are inventing things, something may explode or something may go wrong, they actually find something even crazier with it. Like Kellogg's cornflakes. You ever look at the document on Kellogg cornflakes? You know they were made by mistake? It was never meant for it to be a cereal at all. Look at the back on it. It was a mistake. Oh, let's get my black screen over there. It was a mistake. That's what happened. So, I got an idea from that. We got an idea. We're going to do something different. Got an idea. We're going to shut this down. We're going to do something crazy. Got an idea with this. So, oh, my fish is moving back on our black technology, right? Oh, it's good. Anyway, I got an idea here. Oh, yeah, that's the quantum tank or black screen paint. Isn't that cool? Then the day there's stuff can do that's crazy stuff. No matter what we do, anything picks up in here. But the idea I got from the collapse is the fact that we're going to build a stand, push it all the way up, and touch that ceiling light now. Now we got to touch the ceiling light. I think was bored with the challenge. That's why it took itself down. Like, come on, man, that's all you got for me. And it said, no, I'm out of here. And that's why the screen collapsed on us. Because it needs a challenge. So we have to give it a challenge. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build a system to push it right against the lights. Naysayer. You got tissues? Because you're about to cry a little more. I love that kind of stuff. Now the back, they're like, oh, it's screen fell. They don't care about that. Kids cry. Kids tease about that. We don't care about that. I'm going to push that thing to the ceiling. I'm going to make you cry the big tears today. On top of that, this gives me a challenge at the end of the day. That screen needs a challenge. We're going to give it a challenge. I'm going to build something that puts me right up against those lights. Ooh, that's going to be impressive. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. All right, I got to get out of here. We got to build. We're going to put a light over there, and we're going to build. I only technically have it over there. We got a bookcase we just built over there, but I don't know if I'm going to move the bookcase. I got the bookcase sturdy. So this is going to be a stand. It's going to be an easy stand. I want to push that right up against that ceiling. I need to see it up against that light. That's as high as our projector will go on that one right there. But we can get up higher. So I want to build me a box system to bring the projector up, to shift that, to get that thing right against that light system, because I got to have that now. We're almost against the ceiling. Why not? Oh, by the way, and the surface is intact, so no cracking, none of that stuff like that. You know, that's how we build stuff anyway. So I got myself a new challenge. Challenge accepted. To put my screen against those very lights, halo system, and get the image to pull. Naysayers. This is gonna be a new match or better. We're gonna do 5 of these demonstrations. I want you to take your screen. I want you to stick it right up near those lights, right up top there. And I'm gonna put a link below. We can get the halo system. Go buy one. I look forward to seeing your demonstrations. All right, let's go pick this up, because we're definitely going to need this. We're definitely going to be looking for it. So we're going to have to do that. I want to be right up against the lights when I do it. Ooh, excuse me, my allergies are definitely not working with me today. Oh, that's what happened. All right, that explains a lot. So, allergies today. I gotta go through it today. I've got a little pollen count going on. That's what collapsed. Look at that. See right here? These are the ledges we put in here. That one came off. But still, we need to put it up there. It needs to be up here. That's where it needs to be at. It needs to be in the light, people. So I want to see this thing operate. See how close we can put it. I'm curious to see what happens if it reacts, whether it has any issues or problems. Can't get any better than this. So we definitely got to do that. All right, this has got to be glued back on. So that's what happened there, because this is actually my screen for my desk, for my little light, my little lamp, my little Picos went off that. That's just 2 screens in one. It supports 1 screen on one side, which that fell off, and it has these weight buckets here that allows the screen to be able to lay against the desk, and we can watch on our Picos on this when we're doing testing. That's what we do. And my allergies have already started kicking my butt, but we're gonna get this done. So now we gotta go. We're gonna build a screen up to this, turn on the halo system, see what the reaction is gonna be. So we're gonna call this the no dodging ambient light challenge. That's what it's called. It's the final countdown. That's music I'm gonna play for the demo. Sorry, people. The allergies. A couple sneezes and boom, that's it. Let me get all this straightened out. We're gonna do that. We gotta do that. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Once I say something, it has to be done. It'll drive me crazy not to do it. Can't fake it like that, people. We can't fake it. Can't be about the fakes. Sorry, people. I apologize. So, what do we got here? We're gonna go pick that up, get everything we need. Put that screen up against that ceiling. I got extenders for the lights, so I'm good on that. We got extenders for that. Put that thing up there, turn these lights on, see what this technology can do. At 15%. So we got the naysayers out there talking trash at the end of the day, like, you know, Mean Gene, we think we can take them. But you're about to go into the cage match of light. That's what you're about to go into. And I'm gonna put it a challenge. I'm gonna put you on blast. You're gonna do the demonstration. You got 3 days to complete it. On a series note, you got 3 days to complete it. And no shades on the lamps. Don't do that dumb nonsense. I hate that. Man, they have lights up there and they'll put shades up there. No, take them off. Put those lights on. Slam that screen right against it. Show us what you got. And keep in mind, up there you can't use ultra short throws. You got to be at long throws to do those. I'll put the link below where you can actually get the light system we have in here. They're quite bright, just to let you know you will get headaches from them. They do trigger off headaches. So just to give you a warning on that, you will get headaches off of them. They have accepted my challenge. And yes, I'm going to put down ahead of time in the video, you have accepted my challenge. Even though you don't want to, I'm going to say you have. I'm going to go to every forum site and say that you have accepted my challenge. That we can make you do it. You got to, come on. How can you pass up an opportunity like that to show off your product? That's craziness. You gotta do it. And they gave me some dumb King's challenge. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Really, you're testing me doing our stuff? You call that a King's challenge? How about you take a direct hit of 100,000 lux of sunlight at 50 lumens in a window? There you go. There's a challenge for you. That'll keep you busy. But till then, we're gonna make the match and better challenges. So I'll give you a challenge. You want a challenge? You know, it could be worse. You could be requesting commercial, which I should come a commercial. You should do it. But even though we know you can't do it, you could do it in your environment, but it has to be near the lights, right on top of them. With the halo system. Don't forget the halo system. I'll put a link. We can go get the halo system, install it in, and I can't wait to see what you got. And remember, we're looking for contrast. Do not be afraid of the challenge. Luke, I'm your father. Join the dark side. Isn't that crazy? That gave me an epiphany. When that screen fell over, I was like, oh crap, we got that close. We can get it all the way up to the top. So, let's give the naysayers some challenge today. They seem to have a lot of time in their hands. I want to help them do something productive today. Today you're going to do that challenge with us. And just so that you will do it, we'll mention you in forum sites everywhere so people know you're going to do this challenge with us. You have accepted, even though you haven't accepted, because we know you won't accept. You'll do like the rest of them. You'll just ignore them and cry about something later on. Hey, they're right, Taco. Taco, you will not accept our challenge. Why would they accept our challenge, Taco? Because they're afraid, Taco. I love you, little fuzzy bear. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I want to see what happens. I think we can take it. I mean, I think we took a direct hit from sunlight at 50 lumens. I think we should have no problem with this at the end of the day, but let's see what happens up there. Let's see what goes on up there. Mind you, we used to install screens into ceilings. So that should tell you what kind of stuff. But the difference is between the ceiling and the home is that's home lighting. This is commercial lighting. It's different. It's much brighter. Therefore, this makes me giddy. Giddy, my friend. Extra giddy. It's not as giddy as a schoolgirl with a whole new dress. It's as giddy as a schoolgirl with a dozen new dresses. This is going to be ultimate challenge fun. All right, let me stop talking. Let's get this done. I'll be back in to get it finished. Oh, you know we're going to be talking some crazy talk, right? We're going to be talking extra crazy talk. Extra crazy talk. Having fun. So, fun for other people to watch? For naysayers? No, not fun at all. Not going to be a fun experience. All right, giddy up. Let's get this done. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to show this off everywhere. I can't wait. Oh, remember I told you about the other day? If you can back something up, you're going to show it off everywhere. But if you can't, you're not going to show off at all. There you go. I'm going to have pre-records on this, shorts on this. I'm going to have this everywhere. Forum sites everywhere. Bam, 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 Oh, sorry. Gotta get back. I gotta get to where I'm having fun.